Mizzy, Michael, you ready?
What's up? What's up? Yes, I'm ready. Long time
And
coming.
this has been a long time coming. Yes.
Yes.
It is exciting. Finally, this is a very exciting moment. Um, I am just excited to finally talk about these movies.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely.
Are you a little nervous? The way I'm
Yes.
going to ruin your movie? Yeah, of course.
Yes.
But you called
I look
me
forward.
about 10 minutes ago and you were like, "Hey man, where the fuck's the link? Like, what's going on at 7:22?" And I was like, "Hold on, I'm not ready yet." And I was just playing around. But I was shaving, bro. My dad told me yesterday that I look like Larry from Three Stooges, and I was like, I cannot show up to tomorrow's stream looking like Larry from Three Stooges, and so I had to shave. And I apologize, I was late.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good.
But we're here,
We all
and
appreciate
we're gonna have a good time, man. We're gonna
it.
have a very good time here.
Yeah.
And I've got my notes here, and then I've rewatched one of the movies beforehand,
Yeah.
and I've got 3 pages
Oh,
notes
okay.
on top of all this.
Nice.
So some heavy stuff tonight. We're gonna dive deep. Hopefully, people in the chat are lively tonight. We got a lively bunch.
Hello, everybody. Yes. Hello. Hello.
And congratulations, man! You just moved out. You moved into your own place, and
I did.
no
Thank
more
you.
crazy roommates.
No.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, man. I was really worried that your roommate was going to kill you one day.
Sorry, I didn't handle myself.
And I think Laren was worried too. Me and Laren were ready to like.
You want to fly out?
We were going to end it for
End
you.
it.
You know, we were just going to make it quick. We were going to get rid of your problems.
If I needed help, I would have
Laren and
definitely called you.
I probably shouldn't say that on a live stream, but just in case he goes missing one day, me and Laren blame the
Look at
cops for us. But Laren and I were prepared to like.
Yes, you guys are good. Very
Get rid
good.
of your problems.
Yes.
If anybody needs getting rid of problems, give Laren a call.
Call Bob.
Bob or Laren, we might be up for it.
That's
But
right.
if we like you, if we don't, then we'll just leave you with your problems. But I'm trying to break the ice, man. I'm trying to get you.
You're good. You're good.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Okay. Let's catch up with the chat. And we're going to dive into everything tonight. I see Tony's in the chat right now. We've got Corey here saying, sorry, I can't make it tonight. Not good enough. I don't want to hear your excuses, Corey. But we'll catch the replay. Got to see what Mizzy thinks of the movies.
Great.
Appreciate you being here, Corey. We got Adrian James in the chat. Johnny says, what's up, cool kids? Let's see what Bob is going to trash from Mizzy. Tony says, what's up, Bob? Mizzy and everyone. I bet I know a couple of movies Bob's going to trash tonight. Does he?
I gave him a little sneak peek, I think. Yeah.
Of all 10?
No, just 2.
Helen says, what's up, everyone? Movie Warehouse says, what's up, everyone? John Doe Juggalo's in the chat. We've got Z Pam in the chat. Helen Oates.
Hey,
Tony. We've got Happy Optimist Prince is in the chat. Says, sing it with me. Purple Rain, Purple Rain.
That's Purple Rain. Yeah, 40th anniversary.
Tony says, hey, Howland. I got like some extra pep in my step today. We got Tony in the chat, so I'm going to make a fool of myself tonight. I'm going to act a fool. We have got Happy Optimist in the chat. Let's see here. We got Tony P. We got Joe Martinez saying, hi, everyone. Been waiting forever for this one. And he has. I told you when we had to reschedule and cancel, it was, things.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if we were going
to. We got to get on here.
Life happens. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Rob Zombie's lookalike is here.
Who's that? Oh, there.
I don't look like Rob Zombie.
Yeah,
I did, Tony. Got my sold out.
You got that steelbook today, so yeah.
We got Movie Warehouse saying hello, Joe. We got Marie in the chat saying hi, Bob.
Marie.
Holy Oats and Johnny. We got Will Frost in the chat. New here, love the streams. He messaged me on Instagram, so I appreciate the message.
Very cool.
Appreciate you tuning in. Tonight's going to be a heavier one, but until we get there, we're going to have some fun. Let's have some fun with Tony. He might surprise us though. Mr. Cruz won't be here tonight, but he might. The reason why Tom Cruise won't show up. So if Tony's not in the stream, Tom Cruise will not show up. Tom Cruise is in love with Tony. Tom Cruise is in love with Tony, and if Tony's not there, he doesn't want to be a part of the stream. He doesn't want to be in the chat. He only wants to be there if Tony's there.
Okay.
So it's disappointing, but we could talk a lot of crap about Tom Cruise tonight.
That's right.
Yes,
You
exactly.
can crap on his movies. Why not?
Yeah, wherever Tony is, Cruz will be sure to follow. See, but if he's not in the actual stream, he wants to see Tony's beautiful face.
Oh, that's what it is.
Rogue Mason yesterday. I just remembered. Happy anniversary, Lovebirds. Look at that. Prince saying happy anniversary, Lovebirds. Thank you, Tony and Prince.
Happy anniversary.
I believe Ellie, 1 year dating Anthony. I'm pretty sure. I probably missed it in the chat, but I'm pretty sure. Happy birthday to
It's
Emily.
Emily's birthday as well. Yes.
It is Emily's birthday today. Yep. She just turned 24 years old.
Nice.
Magic Ant says, I'm BSing, but we're just having fun. Magic Ant says, what's up, everyone? Happy anniversary to Anthony. Not so much Ellie, though.
Wow.
Hey, Mike. What's up, Mike? We live. Is that Johnny talking trash? Yes, it is.
Hello, Johnny.
That's not very nice, Johnny. Happy anniversary to me and Anthony.
Favorite bald man.
Says happy anniversary to me. My favorite bald man, Bobby. Let's go. If anyone looks like Larry for Three Stooges, Bob, it's me.
Oh, yeah.
See, what happens for me, Johnny, is when I don't shave, it goes poof. And I get like my hairline does not grow right here, so it just grows right here. And yesterday, my dad was like, "What the hell? You look like Larry from Three." He's like, "You got to do something about that." He's like,
"You're definitely twins, bro."
I know. I look like my dad and I.
Yeah,
I know. Yeah, absolutely. I get that a lot. And my mom, you know, my parents are divorced, and my mom will always go, "It sickens me how much you're like your dad." And I'm like, I love it. We've got Dell in the chat saying, "What's up? What's up, Dell?" Got Dell here. I'm happy to see Dell here. Yes. Happy Optimist says, "There's Dell. Where's the poster go, Mizzy? Mizzy moved. Where's that poster?"
Yeah, I'm still working on things. I'm in my kitchen right now, so it's just how things are.
Yep.
Soon.
But he did say he's going to be getting a new poster. So
that's right. No more cats behind me.
What'd you say?
No more cat behind me. Cat outline on my wall.
I was actually thinking you were going to get a one sheet of the movie Cats.
Yeah, it's my favorite.
What I was thinking.
Yeah.
Dell says, "Congrats on getting your own place, Mizzy."
Oh, thank you, Dell.
Mizzy is in a nice, brighter place. It is very bright. Lauren said, "Bob and Mizzy, good evening." Lauren must have missed the part about me saying
yeah.
I will end people. If
right.
Mizzy, you wouldn't call the Italian camion now, Mizzy. LOL.
What are you saying, Tony?
I don't know what he's saying. He's speak clear.
Right.
Bob, Gizzy, no worry. We got Gizmo in the chat. Mizzy, what are some of your music that you grew up on? I could see Tony in the chat somewhere right now being like, "Can you get to the movies?" So we might have to get there. Tony C, Basement Blues.
Tony C. Yeah. Well, he's gonna get the best.
Leader has fallen low. Gizmo, it's up to you now. Hello, Will Frost. The pigeon is
by the way.
Wild. Tom Cruise is in love with Tony. He absolutely is. Oh, to be loved. Hey there, Johnny. There's a lot in the chat.
Yeah,
so this is taking a while. There's a lot of people in this community in love with Tony. That is true. Some more than others, and some in an unhealthy way. You never know.
Yes.
Fine. Thanks, Laren. Tom Cruise. It's unhealthy the way he loves Tony, but can't help it, right? You can't help who you love. Right?
Stalkers, yeah.
What's up, fellas? There's a lot of us stalkers. Did you say towards
Tony or what? There's another one that Tony has too. He has to deal with a lot. We talked about in the chat.
Oh, we gonna go there, really? All right. Spooky Nerd Club says, "What's up, fellas?" Laird says, "Fish." I'm not gonna name names, Mizzy. I see you're trying to stir the pot here. We got. Let's get this show going. See, it's actually him. They're just after my movie.
I see what you're saying.
Mizzy, you always call the Italian friend if you need to get rid of someone.
Yes.
All right. Well, I caught up. We got Fish in the chat as well. Hey, Laren. Hey, Ellie. Hey, Tony, Adrian, and Jeff. Yeah. So, anyways, let's get it popping. Let's get started. So, I'm going to go over how I rate my movies. So, anything over 3 stars, I view as a successful recommendation. If it's under 3 stars, I don't. It's average, right? 2.5 would be average.
Average, right? Yeah.
Anything over 3 is like a successful recommendation. So Adam, for example, was 10 for 10 because every movie that he recommended, his lowest score, I gave 3 stars.
Oh yeah, I don't expect that at all.
And you shouldn't, because
I already knew this a long time ago.
There's a couple movies on your list that sucked.
Yeah, well, I know. I probably did on purpose. This is like a long time ago. I did start this list.
And I know when you started this list, you were like, I need to take a couple off. I don't want to recommend these. And then I was like, okay, here. I sent you the list, and you were like, okay, remove this one, and then you put another one on that's the same exact genre or whatever. And I was like, yeah. So it's just one you removed, and then you were like, I wish I would have known we were going to do a live stream. And I was like, I told you this months ago that we were.
Yeah, but I could give you a list like a year ago or something. Like, it was like
but then I told you could edit the list.
Yeah.
Before I started it.
Yeah.
So it's your fault. I blame you.
It's okay.
Cool, Johnny. Get to the movies already. Keep it moving. All right, so screw this.
Shut up, Tony.
They're complaining, so we got to get to the damn movies. Tony's impatient. Both Tonys.
Both Tonys. They gotta go to bed soon. So
exactly. Old people. I don't want to do the way I told you I'm not doing it the way I used to. It's just too much of a pain in the ass. So I'm just going to put the movie on there, and I'm going to say number 10. Okay? Right. Makes sense? I'll give my star rating. We'll go over some notes. Let's see what I got to.
I think I kind of know the bottom. I feel like I do.
You know what number 10 is?
You might surprise me.
Are you sure? Number 10.
Yeah, I knew it. Okay.
Yeah. Men.
Yeah.
Men. I hate men. I can't stand men.
You hate men?
I hate men.
It's really not that good. I don't. Yeah.
It couldn't be more boring if it tried. I put.
Oh wow. Okay.
How's my connection? I realized I didn't plug in directly. So.
You're okay so far, but yeah, plug in space.
Yeah, I am usually terrible about it.
Lagging.
All right. Can you hear me?
Lord. Yeah.
Okay. Seriously, man. Like, men?
Yeah.
Look.
I get it.
This movie was ass, trash, garbage.
Well, you hate A24 anyway, so, you know.
No. I love Civil War. There's an A24 movie that I want to recommend you. Don't say I hate A24. Let's pump the brakes on that.
Hereditary. What else here?
I don't like. Wow, you're really just trying to turn the tables here. You're not happy that are you?
No, I already knew this was going to be 9 or 10. Yeah, I already knew that. Which I understand.
But I like a lot of A24. I just don't like men. Not my cup of tea.
I get it.
Men at 10. Weird. Yes, Men at 10. Oh Lord, I hated this film. Make my shelf Joe says Neville. Bob hates A24.
See, I'm not the only one. Thank you, Johnny.
Men was interesting. That went completely off the rails in a bad way. In the third act.
Crazy. Yeah.
Hey, Catherine Laren says Bob loves Uncut Gems. I like Uncut Gems. Yeah, exactly.
Very good.
Shut the front door, Mizzy. Tony says, Mizzy, some of us are selective with our A24 movies. That one is.
Oh, he's like you, right? He's the same thing.
Not like Men either. The last
half like every A24 movie.
Men is one of the A24 duds for me.
I totally understand.
Let's see. Beautifully shot. That's why it gets 1 star.
Okay.
Otherwise, I would give it a half star. But because it's beautifully shot, I give it 1 star.
Nice countryside. Yeah, nice.
It has tense and very short moments, but it's very short-lived. Mm-hmm. There's not enough tense moments. And I also wrote, what in the actual fuck?
Yeah, the guy giving birth to himself.
I texted my buddy after the movie was over, and I was like, bro.
I don't even understand that.
Like, what the hell? I texted my buddy, I think I'm going to be sick.
It was pretty graphic, wasn't it?
It was gross, is what it was. What an awful movie, and I love Ex Machina, but this just isn't it. And this was before Civil War, and now that I saw that too, I'm so disappointed in Men. Because I love Civil War, I love Ex Machina, and I haven't seen the one with Natalie Portman.
Annihilation? Oh, no, not Annihilation. I'm sorry. No, what am I thinking? Natalie Portman.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Is that A24? That's the same director, but I don't think it's A24. Alex Garland. Yeah, Alex Garland did Annihilation.
I'm not talking about A24. I'm talking about Alex Garland.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, Alex Garland.
Come on, stay with me. Pay attention, all right?
Yeah. Sorry. You were talking about A24 Civil War, you know.
Beautiful apple garden, beautiful wieners. There's a lot of dicks in this movie.
Bubbles, I know.
Sounds like someone is kissing ass. Dude who loves movies, $5 super chat says, "Getting Mizzy with it." Mizzy Doubtfire. How do you
in the movie?
What's up, everyone? Don't forget to roundhouse kick that like button. Thanks for being here, Cody.
Thank you. I get half of that, Bob. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you, Cody.
That's awesome. Halidone says Annihilation is correct. I don't think Bob would like it though.
He probably wouldn't.
It says Lepke, dude, Lepke, Cody. So that's all I really wrote. I didn't take a lot of notes on this one.
I did, but like
what the hell is going on with the ending though? Like I thought the movie is like about
it's about
drama,
trauma, right?
and grief, but I also feel like it's almost saying like what pieces of shit men are. And I told my buddy that I was like, it's almost pointing. It's like really kind of, and I feel like Alex Garland, at least with Ex Machina, he has like a lot of mommy issues. Oh, like it comes off like that. At least with Ex Machina. Now this movie,
Right.
I'm like, what is going on with him? I don't know. He's got something going on there, but
just like women, I don't know.
Yeah, this just didn't work for me, man. I didn't like this movie.
Yeah, and I understand like we talked about the Airbnb guy, whatever. Like he was playing all these different characters. I didn't know what that signified anything, and maybe someone can explain it. But yeah, it is out there. I agree.
Yeah, it's not for me, man. It's not for me.
I get it.
It was beautifully shot. I really it was shot, but
Yeah.
like no. I'm also not super into weird movies. So movie and here's the thing. Sometimes I feel like movies are just being weird for the sake of being weird or pretentious or something like that. I really get that idea. I'm like, you don't even know what the hell the point of this movie is. Like,
no, I figured it's something with grief and how her husband killed himself, and it was a little bit of abuse because he hit her.
Allow me to recommend a movie for Mizzy, Edison with Justin Timberlake.
Oh, I remember Edison. Yeah, I saw that back in the day.
Make sure Mizzy gets that 114 after fees.
Thank you, Cody. I could use it right now.
Larry, Tony, Jeff, Holland, Uncle Tony. I'll give Bob a list of 10 recommendations. He hates all bottom of the barrel straight to Tubi shit. Don't do that.
We watched it.
Bullshit. It was all bullshit. Yes, well, thank you. That's great. When I watched Men, I had to go on YouTube.
Maybe I should do that, Joe. That's a good point.
Yeah. Same here, Joe.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was number 10. I didn't like it. You saw that coming, right?
Oh, 1,000 miles.
I think the movie made sense till the end. Won't be worse than my list, Tony P.
I don't know, Jeff. I don't know.
Yeah, Jeff, he actually thinks he has some competition tonight. Let's see if you can stay.
I think I know the next one. So
let's see if you could stay in that 1-star realm. Here we go.
Okay, this one. Yeah.
Number 9, 1 star. Color
of Space. I already do it.
1 star.
1 star.
Another 1 star. Men in Color Out of Space.
For Nick Cage.
Could have been number 10. I had a difficult time with figuring out which one was worse. And I watched these back to back, and I'm on the 8th floor, and I was like, Mizzy's really trying to make me want.
Would cause your death. That's not.
I was like, I'm gonna write a suicide note to Mizzy saying it is because of Color Out of Space and Men that I decided to jump. And I'll make you feel bad. Okay, let's see here.
I feel a little bad.
I wrote Color Out of Space, another slog to get through. Slow as molasses, and when it does finally pick up, it sucks. This movie is pointless. It had some nice colors and visuals, but overall, it's not for me. Nicolas Cage is always fun to watch, but he couldn't save this, and it's honestly not one of his best roles. And I wrote, honestly, the last 30 minutes makes this movie go from bad to worse for me. Honestly, the last 30 minutes.
Body morphing with the mom and son?
He is. No, not even that. Like, just how weird it gets. This movie is ass. Like, I don't like this movie, bro, at all. I did not.
You like RLJE stuff?
I do like RLJE stuff. It doesn't mean I like all RLJE.
You got the Steelbook. I know you did. Don't lie.
Yeah, it's behind me. That's how I watched it.
Yeah, I knew this was going to be never. I knew both of those would be 9 or 10. So
the rest you have no idea.
I might know one that's towards the bottom. I don't know the exact number, but towards the bottom. For what I heard.
Which one it is. Tell me if it comes up pretty soon.
I will. Yeah, it is very weird. It's very. I don't know.
That looks like a Bob movie to me. Some weird color space shit. Color Out of Space, blah, more shit. Tony says number 9 is ass. Damn, 2.
Hey, Jeff, I don't know.
1 stars. Yep. Jeff, Mizzy listens in the toilet so far. Dell, haven't seen Color Out of Space. This is going to be a comedy hour, Marie says. Gizmo says Color Out of Space is okay. Where's Stanley film? But watch Hardware, Dust Devil, in the short Fixing My Skull Penis.
What's that? Is that a movie?
Oh, great. Dust Devil is 9 out of 10 for me. Where's the clip saying how bad it is, Bob? LOL. Red Right Hand is Orlando Bloom in a country accent. There's my other recommendation.
I heard of that. That just recently.
Holland asked for it.
This movie was ass, trash, garbage.
Fair enough. I'll listen.
I'm gonna have to start paying Bullet Blake for that.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't even know what I
Tell him I do that with all these streams. Oh boy. Yeah, these.
So I don't know if like the daughter was a witch. Did you get that? She was a witch, so she summoned the.
I got that these movies sucked. That's what I got. I got that these movies sucked, and your recommendations sucked, and everything about these sucked. It was boring watching them. It was miserable. I didn't enjoy it. I didn't have fun, and I was not enjoying it. And then I went to bed miserable because I watched 2 shitty movies. That's what I got out of it.
Tell me how you really feel.
That's how
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I already knew though. I knew this. Yeah. No, I'm saying
you're still awesome. You're still awesome.
I gotta dig myself out of a hole.
Miserable.
Very good, Holland. Leave it to Holland.
Don't hold back, Bob. Ouch. Oh yeah, no, you got to get to know me. That I won't do that.
Yeah,
but listen, I ask people not to.
You told me it was, and I told him, yeah, don't hold back.
So. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. How about Holland? Does Bob like movies? David says I do like movies.
I don't know.
There's one on his list I liked. Okay.
That you liked.
Relax. We're just gotta get through the other 9. Yeah. Basement Blue says I'm not sure many people will want to participate in the 10 films with that kind of attitude, Bobbert.
No, see, Tony's got me back. I think he called you Roberts. Yeah. Oh, Boberts. I'm sorry.
Relax. Yo, Tony, tone it down, okay? Relax.
Tony's back. You want to keep crap last week, you know?
You want to talk about color out of shit anymore or no?
Not really.
Okay. Number 8. I think this was one of the last ones I watched. Not quite. This was the one I watched, and I had to have the maintenance guy come by and fix my oven.
Oh.
And I was watching it, and I had to pause it, and it was 2 naked people on top of each other on my TV when I paused it. And I was like, this is not the best scene to pause the movie at, but it was pretty embarrassing because I got the knock on the door. I was like, pause. And that
watching porn.
So no, I wasn't watching porn, but they might have thought that.
Yeah, they could have.
Because number 8 is American Honey.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You remember when they're in the woods having sex?
Yes, no, I do. Yes.
I paused it on the TV, and they came in, and I was like,
okay.
Seriously, I was like,
out of all the scenes, because that's a long
all the scenes, 2-hour, 40-minute movie, and I paused it at that scene.
Yeah,
that one scene.
There's some P9 in that too.
Robert, I think I call him from now on. Tony, no, I think he missed the mark on these picks.
It's all gonna be Mizzy.
Bob loves the Titanic. Give him a break, man. Do me a favor.
Movies.
Do me a favor, Mizzy. Don't watch the live action of movies.
Oh, I know that's a piece of crap. I saw that in theaters.
Please do, Tony. B for Bobbert, Bobenheimer. A24 hits again. This was an A24 one. Holy 3-hour Batman. Okay, so American Honey. Tony gave this 3.5 stars. There's a lot of penis in this. I want to hear.
Yeah, there is.
This was. He gave it 3.5 stars.
Yeah, I was surprised when I saw that.
Many dicks are in this movie because Tony doesn't like penis in these movies.
All that.
Yeah. So I want to know why Tony gave this 3.5 stars with all the flapping penises around. 2 hours, 40 minutes of it. Why was this movie 2 hours, 40 minutes?
I wrote that down in my note. Like, this movie needs to cut out a half hour. Like, there was no need for what the movie. Yeah, there was no need for it. For them to sell magazines.
Joe says, never seen American Honey. We got from Tiana saying, you better be nice to Miz. Laugh out loud. I'm just about done with work.
Tiana.
I'm always nice to Mizzy. Always.
Yeah,
right. Tony says, did Miz in his pants? Did Mizzy miss
No, Tony, I didn't. Did you during freaking Barbie or whatever?
Tony.
Yeah. Hip hop starts on Barbie.
Tony explained. No, we're not talking about Barbie at all.
Mm-hmm.
No,
because he likes Margot Robbie.
Anything in the whole movie, Tony says.
Oh, maybe it was too quick. He missed it.
Tony, no worries. Tiana, he went to the washroom at that part. Sorry, I'm late. I'll catch 9 and 10 later. I haven't seen. I mean, American Honey. Laird, I'm still at work, so I'll be popping in and out. Holland Oates says, Tiana, Johnny. So Tony, don't like the TV series Rome then. Holland, I really like American Honey. Says I didn't very much. It was okay. So
I hate it. I don't like it. I think it's a little.
I gave this one 2.5 stars.
Okay.
I really like the way it was shot. I like that grimy feel to it. It's pretty good performances with the actress who plays Star. It's quite the adventure you go on with the movie. It's kind of like a
cross country road trip.
Exactly. Which is cool. I really didn't care about any of the characters though. I just didn't. Not many.
Yeah, like the ones in the van, like besides her and like even Riley Keough. Yeah. I
Why is it nearly 3 hours long? I wrote that too. Worst part of this movie. No need for that.
Yeah. No, I agree.
It was fine. I wish I had some character growth or more likable characters. I've never seen such a mix of music. It had some of the worst damn music I've ever heard.
I
wrote it had some great music.
I wrote down the music. I did like the music of it.
Okay, I hated some of it, but I'm an old man who's always yelling at the cloud.
I'm older than you, bro.
What's that?
I'm older than you.
I'm an old soul though.
You are. I get it.
I just think I'm too old of a soul for these young folk.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they were.
I wrote that, and I actually sold. Oh, so here's a funny story. I sold magazines and went door to door when I was like 15 years old.
Oh, really?
It was my first job, and I ended up being ripped off a few $100s from the boss. And at 15 years old, $100, like $400 or $500.
Oh, that's a lot. Yeah.
So yeah. Oh well, I wrote. Anyways, it was okay. I enjoyed some moments. I stayed with it, but damn, it just dragged. Some great moments. I really liked the moment with the trucker, the Christian lady, and the 3 old men with the pool. I needed more of that stuff, and I would have
more like her. I kind of was like, why is she hopping in all these cars with strangers? And can you give me a ride? And all, I
love the scene with the guy.
Well, I like how you meet different characters on different parts of the movie. Like,
the Christian lady though, when she's like, I think your daughter has.
Yeah, she's dancing doing TikTok or whatever. Yeah, like, yeah, and she cussed her. Oh my god, I like that she kind of cussed her out. Yeah,
she had an attitude. Look, she was a real problem.
Oh, for sure, because she was laughing at him, and he's like, "What are you going?"
And then I also wrote, "How did Tony give this 3.5 stars? I need to hear from him. A lot of flapping penises in this movie. Didn't think this was Tony's thing."
Yeah, I'm surprised he gave that. I mean, maybe he missed that part, but
that's So
I mean, there's that scene in the woods.
I don't remember anything, any flapping, anything he said.
He blocked it. Right.
Fish, Adam, hey Adam. It's just a lot of highs back and forth. So, what else did you want to talk about on American Honey?
No, I'm trying to think. Like I said, door-to-door salesman jobs gotta suck. I wouldn't want to do that. I liked how she went to towards the end. She went to or knocked on the door, and the little girl answered, and she's like, "Mom or Dad home, whatever." She went in, saw. She's like, "Do you want a drink?" They gave her some soda. She looked no food in the fridge, so she took her money, went shop, and got some stuff, brought it back.
Oh, that scene with the chicken, the steak, or the ground beef or whatever in the beginning too.
I was talking about towards the end, but I know you're talking. Yeah. But their dumpster diving,
whatever.
Yeah, they're dumpster diving for food, basically, and they found like a rotisserie chicken.
No, in the beginning. Yeah.
And then the kid at the house, because she leaves. That wasn't her kid. It was like her sister's kid or something. So so that's what she. The kid was stabbing the chicken and stuff. Yeah.
When Tony gave a movie with the penis 3.5 and I'm shocked. And skull penis, flapping penis, centipede penis, a lot of penis talk now, and everything started with Tony. That is not usual.
Poor Tony. That's why you don't see him.
It is usual. It's actually common. Dell says, really enjoyed the acting in American Honey and did care for the main character and the kid. I didn't mind Star. She has definitely an attitude problem. Maybe Dell has an opinion on that. I didn't mind her. I didn't like Shia's character very much. I love Mizzy sounding like Denzel Washington.
Okay. Thanks. I'll take that.
Hello, Tiana, my dear. Giz and Adam. I didn't mind it. 2.5 stars. Look, this is number 8, and I gave it 2.5.
Yeah, I'll take that.
So you're in. People thought
you only go stay here or go up. So
So I mean,
I'm gonna stay here.
So technically, you were, the first 3 not such a hit, but I didn't hate. I only hated 2 of them so far.
Yeah, I'm not. I'll count 2.5 as a 1. That's average. That's me.
Well, speaking of, we are officially going to move on to number 7, which is going to put you at my very first 3 stars. So from here, it is all up from here.
Because I thought one you hated. You've been talking about for a while. Okay.
Yeah, this is a number 7, and it is 3 stars, and we're going to go with Frailty.
Okay.
So I'm not big into religious horror.
Mm-hmm.
It was on the fence between a 2.5 and a 3 for me. I didn't mind it. Obviously, I thought it was above average, but religious horror in general, not usually my thing. Just had a conversation with somebody earlier about it. But I wrote Bill Paxton was good. When isn't he?
Yeah, exactly.
Not quite my cup of tea. Has some tense moments, especially towards the end. I don't know how I feel about the twists in the third act.
We don't like the twist.
Don't spoil that yet. And slightly above average for me. Not usually big into religious horror are some of the bullet points I wrote.
Okay.
I didn't mind it. I just
That's better than I thought because I almost forgot about that when I remember you saying you're not into that after I recommended it to you. Like,
but hey, man, 7 3 stars. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm taking this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like that.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about the ending, or did you have some other stuff? Because I'll put spoilers on the screen to anybody that hasn't seen.
Sure. If you
Realty
want.
only 3 stars. Slap yourself, Bob. You slap yourself.
Yeah. It's, okay.
Yourself, Johnny.
Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah. You slap yourself, Johnny. Be ashamed of yourself. Movie Warehouse says Frailty was good movie. I didn't expect it to be as good as it was. Hi KB, still need to see Frailty. We got KB in the chat.
Hey, it's okay.
Wow, Barbie in the top 6. Get the fuck out of here, Holland. Top 6. Too much P talk tonight. Love Frailty.
Right,
hey
so
everyone. Hey KB. Lots of love for KB's in the chat. Hey, her attitude seemed to be part of her defense mechanism. He said 4 star.
Probably, yeah, for star, yeah.
People.
I mean, when you go, you're in that lifestyle, you gotta kind of probably be like that.
But we're gonna get into some heavier topics.
Yeah,
don't worry about that. Are they rebooting Frailty with Dakota Johnson, Johnny? LOL, Johnny. We got Jane Doe Letty. Why should I be ashamed of myself? I'm not a good Dakota Johnson fan. Shut up, Johnny. Don't get them ideas, Movie Warehouse.
Yeah, I would be right in line. Open in night. Yeah.
I'm gonna slap the hell out of Johnny in a little bit. But Frailty. Did you want to talk spoilers?
Oh, sure.
Okay, let me put them on the screen if I could find out where it is. Hold on. I didn't have this pulled up here. Okay, let's talk spoilers. So right. I watched this one about a month ago because I was prepared to do the stream, and then things got moved. So I forget things about movies. I have short-term memory loss. I can't remember what I did 2 hours ago.
Yeah,
so the ending, though. Go ahead and talk about it. I'll let you talk about it.
So basically Matthew McConaughey's character, he's telling when he was younger as a boy and how his father believes that God is telling him to kidnap these people and kill them because they got the devil in them, they're possessed or demons or whatever like that. And he's confessing to a sheriff. So you come to find out the whole time he's thinking he's one of the brothers, and he was really the other brother, right? And that he was killing people along with his dad.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and he had buried some bodies. He showed. I think he killed the sheriff's mom or something too. I remember.
Yeah, like I said, man, I can't remember what I had for.
And then he becomes a sheriff at the end too, it was like kind of. I don't know when he walked out the door at the police station.
But there was that whole twist and everything. A couple things that you didn't quite see coming, like the ending at the. Like you said, when he kills the sheriff, I believe there was.
He does kill the sheriff, and I think he killed his mom. He's admitted to him that he killed his mom too at one point or so. Yeah, but he did kill the sheriff. Yeah, and he took over and became the sheriff.
Like I said, didn't mind it. It's funny the way I'm going to take spoilers off the screen, but it's funny the way these streams work because like you'll see that I have a lot more to talk about as we go on, and I notice how fast these streams go. Like this is 35 minutes in, and we're already moving on to number 6, I believe. Yeah. And this will probably be a 3-hour stream because of numbers. I don't want to spoil which ones, but because if I do, but we'll get to them eventually here. Are you surprised that those 3 heavier ones haven't come up yet?
Yeah, especially for one of them because you must have been joking around though. So you're like, you said you didn't like one because of the B and
I didn't a D
B.
Oh, a B. I didn't tell you that I didn't like them. I was giving you smoke.
You're giving me like hints. I think you're just messing with me.
Yeah, I had to because we've had to wait 26 years to get to this stream. So
we did. Oh yeah, I think it was like 13. We were gonna do this. Now I'm like fucking 40. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay, so that I wrote about frailty.
I enjoyed it. Like it was a long time since I rewatched it.
I watched Frailty for my podcast. KB says I enjoyed it. Frailty is great.
Yeah.
Agreed, Jane. We've got Gizmo saying Jane Doe, Tony, KB,
Jane Doe.
KB, all hail the king. Did you want to dive into number 6, or did you have a lot more? Did you want to say about the Frailty?
No, not really. That twist. I can see because you told me that you don't prefer religious horror, so
Yeah,
the future. I'll never...
watch more. I do like Devil though.
Okay, yeah. See, go for it.
Horror,
I mean, is it? I guess it's the Devil.
I don't hate religious horror, but
no, I get some of
them. Number 6, yeah,
I'm good.
Okay, number 6, we are gonna go with Goose.
Okay,
at number 6.
Boy, this one's kind of high as the other ones. I'm thinking of. Holy crap! I'm surprised.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Number 6, Juice. I wrote down one of the quotes. Shouldn't you be out stealing hubcaps or something? So, and we're going to talk about some stereotyping later on. As we get more into the stream, a lot more. But that quote stuck out to me because I think oftentimes Black people are stereotyped by and once again, I have it written down for a movie that's going to come up later on. But I think oftentimes that does happen, regardless, just because of your skin color being stereotyped. Like, oh, shouldn't you be out stealing hubcaps or something?
Oh, absolutely, yeah, that happens every day.
We talked about that before, yeah. Oh, I wrote I was jamming to the mixing and the beatboxing.
I think you sent me a little video. Is that the one you sent me a video?
I think I did send you a video.
Yeah, you were like dancing with that.
Doing some break dancing.
Yeah.
It wasn't the greatest, but pretty straightforward and to the point. There's not a whole lot of.
It's welcome. It's like 95 minutes or something. It's pretty.
And it's straightforward. There's no twist turns. You don't have to worry about some kind of.
One kind of
great performances by Tupac and Omar Epps.
Yeah, for sure.
Tupac was really unhinged and ruthless in this.
Yeah,
he's a pretty shit friend, man.
Bishop, man, yeah.
I wrote, I can't relate to this movie at all. I didn't grow up like this.
I totally didn't either. Yeah.
As far as relating, I don't understand that. Did you think? You want to know what it was like? All right, this is a slight spoiler, not really, if people haven't seen it, but minor spoiler. Did you think he wanted to know what it was like to kill when he shot the man in the gas station? Because why do it? Like, there was no point.
Yeah. I can see it. Yeah, there wasn't, because you're right. They got the money. He didn't have to shoot it. Like, and he just shot right in the head. And I think once that happened,
know he wanted to taste.
Yeah. But I think once that happened, it kind of just like unleashed something in him, and like how do you go from that to killing your best friend? Like,
if you can kill your crew, I wrote your best friend like that. If you can just kill them.
Shot Raheem like nothing. He's like, oh, nothing. What's wrong?
I wrote, I think it's easy for me to forget that people grew up like that. I mean, I don't live far at all from like Inglewood, and we talk about Inglewood out here, which isn't far from how that movie portrays the hood. For Inglewood and Chicago, and not talking about California, but Inglewood and Chicago is like a terrible area. That is where you see a lot of the shootings and news and everything like that. It is all in
it's in big cities. Like I'm 45 minutes from Boston. Every night in the news, someone's getting shot or stabbed or something. Like, it happens, man. It's life, and unfortunately, and
I like this one, man. I gave this 3.5 stars.
Okay. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's what I think I put too. Yeah, I put 3.
Number 6, 3.5 stars. I mean, yeah. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I had fun with the recommendation. I enjoyed this watch. Opened the Steelbook up, that 4K.
That's right. You got the Steelbook.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's good. I mean, for the time, this is 30 years ago? Yeah, it was 30 years ago. Last year.
Boy, what did you give Frailty Bob 3 stars? Tony says, oh boy, Bob's ready for some deep talk later in the stream. Yeah, so everyone stay tuned. Holland Oates says it was a 3, Joe. Prince says the juice is loose. Juice, hood classic. Dell says Juice is a fucking classic. Spooky Nerd Club says I love Juice. Saw it in theaters. Just got Marie to watch it last week. That is awesome, Joe.
Oh, wow.
He says yes, indeed, Dell. Bob is just on the Juice, so he loves it. I've seen your training videos. You love that juice.
Oh, boy.
Back in the hood, yo, what's up? Thanks, Holland. Oh, I just watched Juice. My mind was blown with that language in the first 6
Oh,
minutes.
yeah, it can be kind of, yeah.
Dell had me watch Juice, I do believe,
Oh,
for this live for
Wait,
him.
what'd you
Spooky
think?
Nerd says Juice is low-key a horror movie. I'm curious Tony's thoughts on that. Dell and Juice, the stereotype came about more because of his age and the neighborhood they were in. Dell says. Juice.
yeah, I can believe it. Yeah, it's
Okay, that's fair.
tough life.
Bob acting like he got the juice now. Johnny says, question, Mizzy, would you pick Juice over Straight Outta Compton? I've never seen Straight Outta Compton.
Yeah, that's a good
Dell
one, too.
says, yes, love Juice, the director of Spike Lee's cinematographer. Johnny, I feel your pain, Tony, since I saw it first time. Tupac was really a good actor in the movies. I have seen him in very talented guy. Wish he was still around. He was. I thought he was a good actor. Tupac was amazing in this. I agree.
Oh, he
Maybe
was.
how's it
Poetic
going?
Justice. Juice. Yeah.
It's hood shit. I haven't seen Poetic Justice, but I do want to. You won't understand LOL. You could see the white heat because the same guy who did Higher Learning did Poetic Justice.
Yes, John Singleton.
John Singleton, yeah.
Mhm.
And Too Fast, Too
R.I.P. to him. Yeah, he passed
you
away.
could see the white heat and OG Scarface influence in Tupac's performance. Adrian KB. That movie was my reality, and it was a true to life depiction. KB says.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay.
Dell
Yeah.
says they were watching White Heat in Steele's apartment, eating that crappy.
Oh, is that what they were watching? Okay, that black and white movie they were watching.
8.5. Bob. Okay, he came over. He can come over for some bacon eggs with hot sauce now. If you know, you know. I think that's what it stands for, right? If you know, you know.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. See, abbreviations don't work well with me, but I do know.
I know some that looks like I know you know that.
Johnny, I don't know these things, man. You're lucky I knew that one. Come on, Johnny. No abbreviations. He doesn't know. See? Dell. We got Caprice in this chat saying, what's up, Dell? Hey, Caprice. Hey, Helen. Caprice, Learn, my darling. And Higher Learning. Oh my gosh, such a good movie.
That is a really good movie too. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. All right. So you want to move on to number 5?
Yeah, I'm a little surprised. Okay.
I got something to talk about for this one.
Oh boy, this is the first hard topic one. All right.
It was the first one I watched. I believe. No,
this is number 5.
This was the first one I watched. We have got Big Mama.
Oh,
Soul Food number 5.
Oh my gosh!
I couldn't find a picture that fit the screen. I thought you might agree. Come on, number 5 is that a?
No, it's good. I just figured that's more up your alley, I think, than some of these other. Than I thought with some of these other ones. So.
No, you're wrong. I wrote Big Mama is awesome. I guess this is where the real Big Mama came from.
Yeah, that's right. This was before Martin Lawrence. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I want to try some soul food now. I wrote.
Yeah. Some greens.
Nia Long is always great. I love Nia Long.
She's beautiful, isn't she?
Beautiful. Yes, she sure is. Mamas always know how much ingredients to put in without measuring, just like Big Mama.
Yeah, they don't use measuring cups.
I told you, my mom the same way. It's just like, how do you make your chocolate cookies perfect without using a measuring cup?
Yeah.
They just know there's something about it.
Yeah.
These mamas out there
they know. I'm telling you, they've been doing it for years and years. They just know.
And they just
a little
know.
here, a little there.
Yep. Why would you let that young, attractive woman that was a troublemaker live with you and your husband?
I know.
That I did right. Like that. That was questionable. Human characters making terrible decisions. It's realistic.
Yeah. I mean,
I found it to be realistic. I can see the regret on the characters' faces as they make awful decisions.
Okay. Interesting.
You could the regret on their faces. When the most important piece of your family falls, your family slowly unravels, and you see that.
Oh yeah, she was like the matriarch. They call it.
The glue.
Yeah, 100%. She was the glue that held everybody together for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We talk about that like communities or whatever. You know, there's somebody that you lose somebody or something like that. Leaders lead. We need our leaders. I wrote. Leaders lead.
Yeah, I got you.
Man.
Yeah.
Heartwarming ending. It starts out great and ends perfectly, but the pacing through the middle began to lose me a little. But I love how much it all comes together in the end. But the pacing in the middle goes probably from a 4 to a 3.5. So I gave this one 3.5 stars.
Okay. I see. Tony's that song. That song from Mama. No, I just thought it was a little higher, but I grew up with this movie, so like when it first came out, I remember like seeing this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you thought this would be my number 1, but we'll see. Johnny says Soul Food. Love that movie. Soul Food, though. Spooky Nerd Club says. Bob can be sometimes chaotic in these live streams, and I fucking love it. That's why I feel safe in these places in here. Thank you, Prince. I enjoyed Soul Food. I did too. I've only seen Martin Lawrence's Big Mama's House. Dell is not a fan of Big Mama's House, though. Dell says Soul Food is another hood classic, but problematic.
Oh, okay.
Collard greens, mac and cheese, and baby pork ribs. Mizzy's making me hungry.
You're
Let
like
me tell
me.
you, Mizzy, I always ask you, when am I invited to the cookout, man? Because I like
Don't
mac
cook.
and cheese, cornbread. I
Yeah.
mean, I was like, I like all the stereotypes when
Let me get you some greens. Yeah, you like-
cornbread, watermelon, Kool-Aid, all that stuff. I'm like, y'all talk about these stereotypes, but I'm like, I love this stuff just as much as anybody's.
I told you I don't.
give me
I'm black and I
cornbread.
don't like watermelon. So I don't know.
I know, and I told you
just-
that's a problem for me because I love
I
watermelon.
don't.
Now you give me cornbread, you give
Yeah,
me Kool-Aid,
cornbread's
you
awesome.
give me grape soda, all that stuff, man. I
Mhm.
love it all. Like I want an invite. I told Dell, I told KB, I want an invite to the cookout.
I want one too. Whoever's hosting the next one, I want to
Yeah,
be.
I want an invite, man. If Johnny's hosting, whatever, I need
Right, yeah, you know.
mac and cheese, collard greens. Give me all of it, man. Baby back ribs, like I want all of it. Johnny says that's Boys to Men song though.
Yeah, that song from Mom. That's a good
Dell
song.
says I have to spoil it to talk about my biggest issue, but it is
I
enjoyable.
would be interested, like what he thinks or what.
And I would as well. Gizmo says Vanessa Williams was super hot in Shaft. If there was
Yeah.
only a time machine that could, at the same time, face transplant something good on top of mine and can make me rich and powerful. Mekhi Phifer deserves his flowers for this film. Mekhi Phifer and Omar Epps are both good in a lot of what they do.
A lot of
and
things, yeah.
and they don't get enough credit. Tom Cruise showed up. Milestone,
Oh.
I Hear About You. Great song
Yeah.
off the Soul Food soundtrack.
Yeah, Tom Cruise likes that type of music. So
It's been a while. I need to rewatch Soul Food. Tom Cruise is
Oh,
here.
you've seen it? Oh,
Hey,
crap.
Mr. Cruz, Johnny, Mizzy's not cooking all you all that stuff, Bob. I know that.
No, I can't cook like that.
Adrian, hey Tom, how you doing? Caprice, Milliday of Horror, and we got KB face planning. I think face palming, right?
Oh, yeah. Is that the?
I don't think he approves of me wanting to be invited.
Come to the cookout.
I don't know. Or it
You
might
can be the token white guy. Why not?
Side note: if you throw side Soul Food in a token white boy, if you throw Soul Food in a blender with Waiting to Exhale, you get 90% of Tyler Perry's filmography. So
That was a great movie. I like it.
I talked to you about this. I love Tyler Perry movies, though.
Mhm.
I grew up watching Tyler Perry in my teen years, and I like a lot of Tyler
But I
Perry.
know some people don't like Tyler Perry.
Yeah.
And I can understand.
And
that.
I know Dell hates. Well, Dell doesn't like Welcome Home, Roscoe Jenkins, and I know you and I
Oh,
enjoy
see,
that.
I find that funny. But I understand why some people don't like when men dress up as women and stuff like that. You know, I can understand.
Nobody dresses up as a woman in Welcome Home, Roscoe Jenkins.
No, I know. No, I know that. No, I'm talking about Tyler Perry.
Backstage last week when Johnny said, "There's a big titty on Mama's forehead."
Oh yeah. Not
Damn it, Bell! Don't lump those two in with Perry. Why is the Perry hate? The Tyler Perry. Okay, I'm gonna get real for a second. Okay, I'm gonna piss.
He has a lot of haters.
But
yeah.
what flavor do you want? Red is not a flavor. Yes, it is. What Tyler Perry did for the black community is ridiculous. Okay, what he did. He owns, I'm pretty sure, the largest studio in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Correct?
It's the
largest.
Yeah. It's a large.
Walking Dead was filmed there. I get that he dressed up. He did the Medea thing, but I hear so much hate for Tyler Perry, and I don't understand it. I don't get it. I trust me. Perry steals liberally from those two movies on a regular basis. I like Tyler Perry, man. Dell is right though. In my Morgan Freeman voice. Hey, hello, Tony. Basement Blues. I like Tyler Perry, man. I do. Why did I get married? All those movies, they work for me. Now,
like I have people say he does cater to like that. It's funny how the white audience. I'm sorry, I don't know how to say this, but they'll go see his movies a lot. There's a lot of black people that won't.
When I saw the Tyler Perry,
now
I was a teenager, like 16. I was the only white person in a crowded theater with all black theater seeing the Tyler Perry movies.
But people in Kentucky will go see Tyler Perry, probably. You know what I mean? Like
Tyler Perry is amazing.
You know what I mean? You live in kind of.
I saw Welcome Home, Roscoe Jenkins theaters. I think
I saw them in theaters. I like Martin Lawrence. So
I don't know, man. I love Tyler Perry.
I'm just gonna hear what Del thought about.
I won't hear the Tyler Perry slander. I won't have it.
No, sure. Oh, that's okay.
I draw a line, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, Soul Food's a good one. Reminds me of a bit of my grandmother on my mom's side. Huge family, and she was always the heart. My mom's number 9 and 12, as you know.
Mhm.
And her mom, man, like you see that when you got a strong grandmother, you know what I mean? Like, is the heart. And like I said, leaders lead, man. I believe that. So Bob likes Dakota Johnson and Tyler Perry. Another piece of the puzzle falls into place. Shut the fuck up, Tony. Tony says, I think I've only liked Diary of a Mad Black Woman by Tyler Perry. Did you like the
I like some of his other ones, but not all the Medea ones. But...
I don't care that Tyler Perry dresses up as a woman. His storytelling sucks. It's lazy, repetitive, and relies on stereotypes and preaching simple lessons. Del, be careful with the Tyler Perry talk. If the missus is home, Del's wife likes Tyler Perry. Huh?
Oh, okay.
Did you like Why Did I Get Married?
I did, yeah.
I do too, but Tasha Smith, on the other hand, man.
So she wasn't bad in Bad Boys 4, right? She calmed down.
Not bad in Bad Boys 4.
Because that's a character. That's a stereotype.
She is a character.
You need that annoying. Well, she'll tell you to your face, but not in so nice ways. That one of the, the other women were pretty calm, and what I mean, overall.
Second, what
she'll tell you, she's like, "Oh hell no, no." That's her.
Club says the second. What Del says. My Killer Podcast walked in at the wrong time. She says, they ain't bothering with the potty mouth.
I know. Yes.
Well, hi, Mel. What's up, Mel? Johnny says, Mel, right? I'm sure Tony's saying, right, My Killer Podcast. Sorry, Tony. Movie. Maybe Dakota Johnson will be in a Tyler Perry movie, Johnny. I don't see that coming, though. I don't see that happening. She knows how I feel about Kate. She knows how I feel, KB. We've had many an argument about it. Well, I'm with the missus on this one, Del. The Medea stuff is bad, so bad. So Bob would rather Dakota Johnson slander or Tyler Perry. You could slander Tyler Perry over Dakota Johnson.
Yeah.
Mel, my love, how are you, Del? Mel, what's up, Del? Hey, Mel. Jeff says she did not walk in at the wrong time. It's been going on for the last hour. Right, Uncle Tony? Tyler Perry presents How to Make an Average White Girl a Movie Star. I'll watch that. Guy, man. All right. Are you surprised we haven't gotten to one?
Yes, I am.
Of the three.
One of them.
We're on number 5.
What are we on? We're 5 now. Yeah, right. So
I figured I'd have my fun now before we get into because it's gonna get really heavy.
Good.
So
switch rooms.
I figured we'd have fun now before that. So should we dive into number 4?
Yeah.
You need to send group chat on Instagram. Me and Mizzy, we want to hear your opinion on.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely do. Yeah.
Number 4. Dutch.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
Number 4, Dutch.
3, 2. Wow. Holy crap. All right. Interesting.
Are you surprised?
Yes, I'm very surprised. The way you've been talking about the last month.
Are you starting to see a trend, though, of maybe you were worried about, like, hey, these movies aren't going to be for Bob, and now you're realizing, like, shit, maybe I should get
maybe you like some of them, but yeah, you're like, I might have some problems. I was like, I get it.
And I will dive into that. I do have opinions on them, but we aren't there yet, but we'll get there in about 5 minutes. We'll run through it. I've been trying to run through these so we could get to 3, 2, 1 because we have an hour on each one. Dutch, number 4.
No, it is.
Number 4, Dutch, and I gave it 4 stars. So 4
really?
4 stars or higher.
I'm surprised by that too. Wow. Are you serious?
Let me tell you something.
Yeah, I guess so. Oh wait, the rest are 4 stars.
Let me tell you something about Dutch. All right, Dutch was fun as all get out. Okay, I didn't anticipate liking this because comedies aren't usually my cup of tea anymore. I'm an old man. I'm cranky and all that stuff. So Dutch was funny to me, and I'll tell you why I really like this. And I like Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. What are some other Thanksgiving movies I'm trying to think of?
Not a lot. Yeah,
we got Problem Child as far as like little kids being little shits. You got Problem Child. You got Planes, Trains, and Automobiles Thanksgiving movie. I will take Dutch. Oh, you've also got Clifford. So Clifford, Problem Child, and Dutch. You could put all 3 of those in the same blender. I'll take Dutch over Problem Child or Clifford. Dutch, 4 stars for me. I had a blast with this movie.
Really? Oh, I'm glad.
I didn't even recognize that being Ethan Embry at all.
Yeah, it's Ethan Embry.
A little bit here. I wrote the fireworks show, man. So much fun. That shit had me cracking up. The kid is a little shit. He is I hate that little kid in the movie.
Oh yeah, you want to smack the shit
Can't
out of
stand
him.
kids like that, little entitled pieces of shit. I wrote. I love when he tells the kid, "Kiss my ass," for the record. He's like, that's hilarious, man. I was cracking up. This is gonna be a Thanksgiving must-watch every year now.
Okay, I like it.
He flashes his ass with the rip in his pants.
Yeah, he's like, yeah.
She really opens the door and grabs the guy and kisses him before she even sees who it is. You remember that scene?
Yeah.
I was like, really?
Mhm.
It gives me Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, Clifford, and Problem Child vibes. I already said that. Did you recognize Elizabeth Daly? She plays Firefly.
Yeah, so that's is that the voice
She's
of
in
like Tommy Pickles?
She's in Valley Girl.
Rugrats?
She's also in a movie called Blind Spotting. No,
Oh.
wait, not Blind Spotting. Hold on, where the hell was I going with that? Hold on.
Yeah, he's just throwing something. There you go.
No. She's in a movie with what was she just in recently that I just watched? Hold on. She's in oh my goodness. Why am I? Oh, she's in Streets of Fire. That's what I was thinking of.
Oh, okay, I haven't seen that. Okay.
I really did like the kids Carol. He grew in the same can't be said for other movies.
There was some growth
like to see growth in a character like that.
Right,
so my
right.
problem with Problem Child and even Clifford is
they
those
don't learn
kids are shit.
They don't learn from.
No,
yeah.
they don't. There's no growth at all.
Right.
And Tim has talked about in coming of age movies, not to say this is a coming of age movie. How can you call something a coming of age movie if there's no character growth? Like to be a coming of age, you need to see some growth in the characters. Now, Ferris not a character arc. He never has a growth moment.
Right.
Or like come to Jesus moment, so to speak, where he learns his lesson. He never does. But in this movie, that kid learns. He grows. He starts to change. And how about the scene in the with the hookers, man?
Yeah.
The whole movie is so like when he's like, how about I kick you in the balls? We'll see how you like the comedy worked for me. See, the reason I really liked Dutch is because that dad wasn't going to take his shit.
No, he let him know right away.
I think a lot of these other movies that I really get annoyed of, like Clifford, is they let these kids walk all over them.
No,
and they let him walk all over them.
Oh, he's like, you're coming home for Thanksgiving. He's like, no, I'm not. He fucking like ties him up. Throw him in his car.
Yeah, that's great, man. And I also hate Martin Short, so I don't. Clifford, like Martin Short's a piece of shit. Like I can't stand that guy.
I know he's a comedy legend, but I don't.
Martin Short is not funny, man. Like he is not funny. And
Chimney Glick, like that.
Yeah,
you know what that is. Yeah,
I don't like him.
Okay,
let's take a look at the chat here. We've got a lot to go through here. There's like 30 I'm behind on. It's just a lot of highs back and forth. Bob, you're really going to defend Boo's Medea's?
No, Boo is horrible.
I haven't seen Boo's whatever. Yeah, I love Dutch. Great Thanksgiving movie. Fish says Dutch is I. Dutch, great Thanksgiving movie. Johnny says love Dutch. Jesus, I haven't seen Dutch in forever. Never saw Dutch. We got Nell saying Fish. Wow, I haven't thought about Dutch in a minute. Got me to watch Dutch. I enjoyed it. Fish got him to watch Dutch, and he enjoyed it. Mizzy recommended some great titles so far. Caprice says, we got Dutch is so good. Me and Mizzy both thought the Australian DVD a couple years ago. Haven't seen Dutch in years. Sorry for my lateness. LOL. Bob looks like he was robbed by homebound hookers. Hey, Tony P. Clifford is hilarious. Martin Short is the best. I disagree, Laren. Glad you liked it, Tony. My Killer Podcast and the entire family. Hope you smoked a Dutch while watching Dutch.
Yeah, no.
I mean, Ed Harris is fantastic. Nothing burps better than bacon.
Yeah, that's a line. He's like,
Martin Short can be funny. I don't see it. What did you just say? Martin Short is not funny. I'm about to roll on.
Mel's about to go.
Sorry, Mel. I'm not sorry. I don't like Martin Short. I'm trying to figure out if I am team Crazy Fat Ethel or team her victims. I think I am team Crazy Fat Ethel. I'm not sure what's going on here. Always team Crazy Fat Ethel, my dude. What else do I got? That's about it, honestly. But yeah, I really like that.
I really enjoyed it because that was just like, I don't know. That was that I had that as number one or anything, even on my list.
I just like that he didn't take his crap, and I like that and then the kid grew.
Yeah,
that was.
By the time he got home, and because he was disrespectful to his mom, he was like, they just were talking on the phone and stuff. And but by the time at the end, and that last shot at the end when he fucking shoots him with the BB gun or whatever, he's here, ouch, or whatever he says, and it's like, because because he shot him with it. He was getting back at him. Which
I really was surprised by this, man. I was like, I'm just gonna put it on and just sit here and just
nice.
go through
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
It's a Vinegar Syndrome film, Bob. Heard about it for years and finally got to see it. I love Crazy Fat Ethel. I don't know anything. Me and you were like, what?
Okay.
All right. Do you want to say anything more about Dutch?
No, I'm just glad. Like I said, I'm glad you liked it. It's funny. There's not too many Thanksgiving comedies out there, so I like that. These last three.
We're gonna flip the switch on the stream in about a second.
This is where it goes dark. I gotta find my notes.
Yep, get your notes out for these ones. There's a lot to discuss. Okay, we're gonna dive into this. Should we dive into number 3?
Yeah, let's do it.
Are you surprised? Tell me if you're surprised.
I am. I'm surprised these three are in your top 3. Honestly,
no. Let me know if this is the one you would think would be number 3. I guess all of them.
Out of the 3, okay. I think out of the 3 will be the B begins with B. Decent. Oh no, okay.
Number 3, Detroit.
Okay.
And all right, so a lot to discuss. Catherine Bigelow is the director in this one. Okay, so tying back into the I know Dell chimed I think Dell chimed in the chat about the stealing hubcaps, juice, that quote I mentioned. So pretty early in the movie, he says, "I'm just going to assume you're all criminals because if we're being honest, you probably are." And that quote stood out to me because the white police, the white cops look at the cops or look at these black kids and they're just like, "You're probably criminals."
Yeah, you're all criminals, right? Yeah.
If we're just assuming, like, you probably are, so you are. Like, and you see that in the movies that number 2 and 1 we're going to talk about as well, but not even just that. I mean, Juice, so many of these movies, and then it's also obviously still happening in real life too.
Oh yeah, it's still going on. Even as this is the '60s in Detroit took place, and
okay,
still going on, man.
There is one thing. This is the thing that I might have KB, Dell, and you disagree with me on. But I'm going to give my opinion. I'm going to give my reasoning why. Okay.
Sure.
And you can correct me if I'm wrong here. The gun that they used to shoot out of the window, that was a real gun, correct? Was it blanks in the gun?
I think it was real.
But was it blanks?
Oh, there might have been. It might have been.
It might have been blanks. They might have been. I don't know. But either way, have you ever heard the saying, "Play stupid games, win stupid prizes"?
No, but it makes sense. It does sound familiar. Okay.
So, and I know that you and some others might really disagree with me on this, but I have a strong opinion on this. Carl was the shooter, right? And he got shot in the back running away. Why not, when they ask, why didn't they just say he was the shooter? For one, as bad as it is to say he was already dead. And he was the shooter. There was a gun in the house, and he shot at the police, even if it was blanks. So why not say when they had, and I don't know what would have happened. This movie is based on a true story from, I believe, 1950 or 60.
I think it's like early 60s.
Okay, so you shouldn't play games. Carl wanted to play games, and he paid the price. I wrote. Now,
yeah, because before he pretends like to shoot the friend.
He shoots out the window.
Yeah.
Please, don't look. And I think I wrote it probably later on. There's a lot of racism going on at this time. There's riots on the street. There's obviously issues with blacks in the police and everything like that. Why do that? Why shoot at the police?
Not like he asked for it, but like, what do you expect?
And you don't shoot somebody in the back running away, regardless. We've talked about this kind of already, and we're going to dive into that some more. He shouldn't have been shot. But you had Will Poulter's character, whatever his name is, who's probably one of the most racist characters you'll ever meet in a movie. And speaking of which, I know you had mentioned, and you don't want me mentioning this, but I'm going to say it anyways. You were like, Will Poulter's character made you like bad white people, like, right? It made you hate.
I got this character.
right,
Yeah.
because of a character. So he
Right.
plays it really
Right.
well, obviously.
I guess that's a
But
good
when
sign.
you
Like,
see movies like that or Hotel Mumbai, like I said, it just in that moment you get so angry, so emotional, so mad. You know what I mean? Because you're like, it is hard to meet a character worse than Will Poulter, or I don't know. Is that how you pronounce his name?
I think so. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
So it is hard to match a character. I don't know if character is the right word because these are real.
Because I guess it was a
people.
real cop. Yeah, he did play a real.
So
person.
I'm saying characters. Please forgive me for saying characters, but the person.
The person he plays.
I wrote Will's character is one of the worst ever. Makes you hate him, and it's people like that make you. I wrote this actually, and it's people like that make everyone hate white people, right? Because you're like this motherfucker, right? Like you hate that guy. We've talked about this before. How can you become so angry with someone in a movie and think, I hate white people? All it takes is one bad cop or one racist white person or one black person committing a crime to think that represents everyone.
Everybody.
Not all cops are bad, not all whites are racist, and not all black people are criminals, I wrote.
Yeah.
But,
totally
but then you see a cop like that and you think to yourself, like, and obviously we had issues relevant today in the last 4, 5, 6 years, especially, and it makes you think all cops are bad. Like cops are bad, and that's obviously not true.
I know that's not true. I mean, I have law enforcement in my family. Like, it's not true. But unfortunately, that's what gets portrayed. That's what gets out there on the news. That's what they don't publicize good things. It's all negative. You know what I mean? So
you're not going to do that.
Media loves negative attention, and those things should be brought up and be paid attention to because it is wrong when you sit on someone's neck for how many minutes, 13 minutes or whatever, But I agree, some things afterwards, the rioting and all that stuff, I don't.
We're on number 3. This is number 3. It's Detroit. We got Codebreaker in the chat. What's up?
Hey, what's up?
What's up, Holland and Haddam? This is number 3. Tiana, number 3. Let me try and move up with the chat because I don't want to get too far behind because they may have some.
Yeah, maybe some questions or.
And it might be more relevant.
Hear people's opinions
at the right time. So we have got Love Detroit, powerful film. Joe says, "Oh, Detroit. Yep, Detroit is excellent. I gave this 4 stars, Mizzy.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Bigelow enters the list. Yep. I have not seen Detroit. Heard good things though. Tony says, Mel UB from Dead Pit put me on. Nikki says, I've been waiting to see Detroit. Definitely be seeking it out soon. What's sad is it's still like that.
Exactly, Jody. Yeah.
Exactly. Melly, I hope Pootie Tang is the top. Super surprised. Tension was already high. The mentality remains no snitching.
That I do understand too, because
it wouldn't.
I know.
But we're gonna talk about this on my number 1 as well. The whole like getting your friends getting you into trouble. Did I just spoil my number 1? Disorderly's number 1. Snitches get stitches. Look, Johnny, we're going to talk about this in a little bit, KB. I agree, but in situations like this, it's totally different. Look, the guy, he was dead. Like, we're going to talk about that some more. Dell said time, place, and context matters given that riots are already happening that night and that disposition of that particular officer. I don't think it would have mattered if they admitted he's the shooter. And it might not have
still shot those people. He would have
says, hey guys, Brian. Yeah, that's what I'm saying is it might not have mattered. If they admit he's the shooter, the cop then literally calls them liars and proceeds to do the same exact thing.
Yeah, he like literally point blank just shot a few people. Like he placed like the knife next to.
Similar to C. Jesse Plemons' character in Civil War.
Yeah.
What Dell just said, the typical experience more than the heightened situation determines the attitudes. Had to see the end this with Mizzy. We'll watch the rest of the replay. Had to work. I appreciate you being here, Brian. Edmund said, it's not the race I hate, it is the face. He was a low-key rapper long before rapping became a thing. And that's the thing. Look, I know it's a cliche thing. I don't see skin, okay? I don't. Color of a skin. I judge people not based on the skin color or their gender, if they're a woman or a male. I judge people based on getting to know them, who you are as a person, how you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, that's how it should be. Yeah, like
you're black on white, right? Like, let's call it.
last time I checked, I think so.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, you're one of my closest friends, man.
Yeah.
Always have been, always will be. We go through some stuff, lovers, quarrels, all that stuff. But at the end of the day, like you're my boy, and I would have you back.
No, absolutely, for sure.
So
I agree, man. I grew up with like, or I get it.
Regardless of what Carl did, you can't shoot someone running away in the back, but he was obviously a flat-out racist looking for a reason to do that. And we saw that earlier in the movie. He
did it earlier, too, and then he got called into the office,
exactly.
kind of lied about it. And,
Mizzy last no check. Yeah, exactly. But I will never agree with the decisions that Carl made. There's clearly issues going on at the time, and he decided to start shooting or playing childish games. And that's exactly what he was, though. They were children, but I still believe that they should have told the police what really happened. But I'm sure fear played a part as well, and obviously just seeing what happened to Carl played a part. But there was one character, and I can't remember, and I did look up the true story, the real stuff that happened in this, and it's very close to exact story. I was so mad when they shot the one, when they were like, tell us what happened, and you know what I mean, like before they let him go, and they let the one kid go, and then the other one, good kid, and then they just, man, that bothered me.
I think I know. Yeah, I know who you're talking. Jacob Lattimore, I think, played him.
Man, the same guy from Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yep.
Yeah, but that man when he got shot.
Yeah, man. That was like a whole half hour. It was a pretty long scene.
And then the kid in the room, he's like, I did it. I didn't think I could do it.
Mm-hmm.
You remember? And he actually shot him. He's like, did he shoot him? We were just playing around.
Did they? The other cop you talking about, right?
Yeah.
The other white cop. Yeah, because they did. Did they not show him shoot him though? You just heard the gunshot, right?
They did it off screen, from what I remember.
Right. But he did.
That was like he's like, I didn't think I could do it, and he's like, wait,
right. Yeah.
He's like, yeah.
But I wasn't sure at first when I rewatched it.
No, he definitely died.
He did definitely kill. Okay.
I think they talk. I think they, for sure.
Okay.
I can't remember the one kid's name, but he was a really good kid, and he wouldn't say what the cops wanted him to say, and they shot him at point blank range. That pissed me off so much. I mean, along with multiple other scenes as well, but and it's got Caitlin Dever in it, so that's a plus. I love Caitlin Dever, but I really like. It's hard to say I really liked this movie,
right?
It's a very heavy film, but it is very, very well
acted.
It's well acted, and
I mean, you think you got Kenny from We're the Millers playing the biggest asshole, like, you know what I mean? Like, he's so funny. It's just, that says something about an actor, like we said, if you really despise a character, and just it's crazy. I did, Johnny.
Geez, we don't need to be taking life advice from Idi Aman. Do you know who that is? I don't.
No.
Sorry, I don't know.
Yeah.
Gizmo, we have a new leader, Corey. We follow his teachings now. Corey.
Oh, the dictator?
Edmund was a dictator, cannibal, and loved communism and slavery, but called himself the Black Jesus. But I agree with him on that one, saying, oh, shit, Dell on movies. I heard, I agree, Dell, but I think he had some good quotes. I don't think he followed them himself, though.
And that's been a true life dictator, I guess.
And then obviously they, the ending.
Yeah, that pissed me off too.
Yeah, I remember you calling me and you were like, "Dude, Detroit, like I don't know how you didn't like this movie." You were like, "Well, I liked it," but he's a man. There's racist people out there like that. There are real bigots, man. Absolutely. And it just sucks that we have people like this who give cops a bad name. Like the cops with the George Floyd and so many other incidents. But then there's great cops out there. But it's not, like you said, it's not portrayed enough.
No. You won't hear about that too often. No, you won't.
You ready for number 2? Doesn't get any lighter.
That's true.
Number 2, you probably had a lot you want to talk about. Did you have some stuff you want to talk about?
Well, Detroit? No, more on the other one. I was just about getting shot in the back, like how he did that twice, and it pissed me off. And let's see. Policeman. No, I just this is like the 60s and it's still going on today, which is pretty sad. So
Okay, I can't wait to talk about my number one. Oh my god. But we'll get to it. We got to get through number 2 to get to my number 1.
It's true.
Excuse me. I've got something to say about number 2. Do you want to dive into it?
Yeah, let's go.
Number 2, Black Klansman.
Okay, nice.
Are you surprised?
Wow, your number one is wow the whole time.
We'll
Shit about
get to
number one.
number 1, but I got a lot to say about number 1, dude. I got 3 pages of notes and like 48 bullet points on my phone, and I got notes right here. So, like, that's the number 1 is the one I rewatched today to make sure that it was still what I wanted to, and yeah, we're gonna get into it. Black Klansman. Where's my notes? Okay, let me first start off by saying this is a 4 stars, and it pisses me off that it's 4 because I wanted to give this 4.5, but we're gonna get into why. And I told you that there was a movie that I hated the last 5 minutes of.
Oh, right.
So Black Klansman. Did you rewatch it? Do you remember the last 5-6 minutes of the movie? It's a
Black Klansman
flashback. Yeah.
I rewatched it today. Yeah.
We're gonna dive into that, and I was talking to my buddy about it, and I might bother some people, but I'll explain my reasoning for it. Okay. Let me first start out by saying Lily White Ass. Do you in Black Klansman where he says to the guy, he says Lily White Ass. I got a kick out of that because my dad, when I was younger, he would say, you better get your Lily White Ass to bed.
Oh, really? See, I never heard. Okay, that's funny.
Lily White Ass.
Lily,
Lily White Ass is my dad says that all the time.
Okay, interesting.
Something he said, and then there's also Boom Shakalaka, he says in the movie, and I wrote that down because there's just some quotes I enjoyed. The fros are insane in this movie. They are on point.
Whoever did the wigs or the hairstyling or whatever, yeah, for sure.
They're out of control. While Corey Hawkins' character is speaking the different shots of the black people, that was a great scene. The Black Panther.
He was like they went to go see his speech, towards the beginning of the movie or whatever.
Yes, that one scene, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Another one. Let me ask you something. This is a quote. Let me ask you something. How often do you do that to black people? Pull us over, harass us for nothing.
Yeah, that's what she said to the white cop.
He's talking to the white cop. Exactly. That piece of crap.
He got his ass. There you go.
Extremely well made. I wrote John David Washington was excellent.
He's a great actor.
You were worried
he's Denzel's son, man.
You were worried I wasn't gonna like him. I loved him.
No, I was like, that's Denzel's kid. You can't talk shit about him.
No, I loved him. He was awesome. Adam Driver and him stood out for me. I've never been big on Topher Grace.
Yeah, I know you don't like Topher.
I feel like he's always generic. I've never seen him do anything where he stood out. And to be honest, he stood out more for negative reasons. I'm looking at you, Blake. Breakthrough.
He was kind of wrong for this role. I think.
No, he's terrible for this role, man.
Yeah, he didn't really do anything. He didn't add
Grand Wizard in it, and he didn't. No, he does.
Just very.
It's a bad casting. The supporting cast was excellent, well played, and you really hated them. I thought she looked familiar. She was in Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I was honestly extremely invested and also entertained by the story. It has some laughs for sure as well. There's some.
It does have some comedy. Well, when he at the end, oh my god, yeah.
I don't think it finished the way I was expecting or wanted it to. I was looking for a little bit more emotion. And I honestly was okay with this movie being a half hour longer and giving me a bit more story.
Oh, you would have took a 3 hour.
I would have taken another half hour of this movie, if not longer, and played more story.
I kind of wish they because the Chiefs like, you got to drop this now. Like,
yes, that is, and I'll get to it.
They were pissed about that. Yeah.
It's a big gripe I have with it. Okay, here. I was honestly I don't think it finished the way. Okay, here's where this might bother you and some others. I didn't like the ending a bit. I didn't feel like it was needed or fit. Now, when I was talking to my
talking about the clips, the news clips?
Yes. Now, when I was talking to my buddy after the movie was over, he was like, he's like, it's showing that the KKK is still relevant today.
Oh, yeah.
And still out there.
And
I was like, it didn't fit the movie at all. The movie goes from...
Well, I think we know the KKK is still around.
I felt like this movie got its message across, and we just went from a movie with no ending to real-life clips of racist issues in America. And I understand that the ending is to show that the KKK is still very active and all over the place. But for this movie, we got a bunch of clips of riots and looting. You know how I feel about that, Mizzy. And we don't really get an ending for the movie. To me, it just didn't fit in with the rest of the movie. It didn't make sense to me. So it pissed me off because I wanted to give this 4.5. I loved this movie up until the last 6 or 7 minutes.
Okay.
It really bothered me that I didn't feel like we got any ending to this movie.
Okay. Because I don't know how it really ended. Or like,
so when I text my buddy, he texts me back, go look at the real story to know how it ends. I was like, fuck. He's like, go read.
I don't want to read. I just want to watch the movie. Have it told to me.
So I wrote, so instead of getting an ending, we just get random clips. I had a conversation with my buddy afterwards as I'm writing this, and he's like, it's to show the KKK is still out there and active. I did like the shot of them, almost like a movie inside of a movie, as the way they just float down the hall. And that's how the movie.
They're both holding a gun, like at the end.
Yeah. But that's it. No ending. What was the knock on the door? What was the knock on the door?
Who was that? I don't know. They never. That's true. That's a good point. I didn't even think of that part. But
so I think I'm slightly bothered by the fact that I don't feel we get any kind of ending to Ron. But then it cuts to present time 17, and we were in the 70s seconds before those clips. So we went from the 70s, them floating down the hall, to the movie being over and getting some random clips. And it didn't. I understand rioting and looting in what Spike Lee's probably going for here, but where is the ending? And I talked to a couple people, and they're like, it doesn't need that ending. I was like, I'm fine with this movie being another 30 minutes and giving me more story on Ron. I loved Ron, man. I loved Ron. I loved John David Washington. Is that his name?
Yeah.
Adam Driver.
Yeah.
I loved this movie.
Yeah.
That 5 minutes pisses me off. I guess I thought the movie was building to something even bigger. I wrote. I think I wanted a little bit more emotion, something a little bit more.
To get my charger, but...
Oh, okay.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. No, I can hear you.
I honestly loved the movie, but I could have used a bit more emotion or an even more powerful ending. This is rare to say, but I would have taken the movie being an hour longer and even getting more story and answers. I was never bored of this, and I wanted even more story. I loved every second of it, man.
Nice. I'm glad you really liked it. Yeah.
Excellent movie and really hits well. Touches on the racism a ton. I loved it, but I think the last 15 minutes and especially the last 5 minutes took me from a near masterpiece to it was excellent. I loved it. But for me, a better ending, and I would have loved it even more. It just felt so damn abrupt, and that's really bothering me, but it's still excellent. And then I wrote again, yeah, I was at a 4.5 until the last 5 minutes of this movie. Convinced me.
I wish you just like shut it off right before.
And then I wrote, convinced me otherwise, Mizzy.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, it was real clips. I know, like, and I remember we talked about Riot, and I was like, I remember where someone drove a car through a crowd and killed somebody, and I forgot it was in this movie. We had talked about that like 2 weeks ago. We were talking about,
and then the scene with his girlfriend, and that scene's really intense, really well done.
Yeah,
this movie's so good, man. And you know what's funny is I know you don't like Spike Lee, but the funny thing is when I think of my history with Spike Lee, Miracle at St. Anna, really liked it. I believe He Got Game was the first Spike Lee movie I ever saw. Liked it.
I love that movie.
Miracle at St. Anna, saw it in theaters. The Right Thing, I watched it because Adele's stream, gave it 3.5. Liked it. It had some issues with it, some disagreements. We had a great conversation with Dell on that one. And then now this one, I believe, is my fourth Spike Lee movie that I've ever seen, Black Klansman. And his other ones.
Some more on those lists coming up.
In every single one, 3.5 stars or higher. Like I like Spike Lee's movies, man. I just think there's some things that obviously
some people have a problem with him. He's very outspoken. I agree with that.
It was long, but I honestly would have taken another 10 minutes to wrap it up better. Yes, I'm still hung up on this. I'm pissed because I loved it and wanted to love it even more. I still think similar movies that deal with similar topics did it better though.
Okay.
And I prefer a bit more serious, just straight drama. I don't need comedy, but it honestly worked well in this. But
there was a little bit, right? There was here and there. Like when he cusses the KKK leader out at the end, he says all the races and the
That's pretty good. That's pretty great. That
was right? He just talking about it,
But The Hate You Give deals with racism even better, in my opinion. But all excellent movies. That's probably a hot take. I might have pissed some people off with that one, but I love that Hate You Give.
No, Hate You is great.
The Hate You Give opened my eyes in ways no movie has ever done. And speaking of Soul Food, that was the last and only movie of George.
Complete Tillman.
Exactly. Every single George Tillman Jr. Jr. movie
You
I've
got
seen now.
100% on the
Soul Food,
letterbox,
Honor.
right?
Yep,
Yeah.
sure do.
Yeah.
Sure do. I've watched every one of his movies and The Hate You
Yeah,
Give.
you
I
like
like
all his
every
movies.
single one of them. Yep, every
Yeah.
single one of them. He's one
That's good.
of my
That's
favorites.
That's
out there.
hard for a director, yeah.
But I think and we've talked about this before, and you and I had a disagreement with this. We talked about how we think. I had talked to you about how certain movies should only be like. There's certain movies that a female should direct. There's certain movies a black person should direct. There's certain movies maybe a white person should be directing. And I told you a movie like Black Klansman, I told you should not be directed by a white person. And you were like,
I kind of disagree with it.
You disagreed with me though when you said that you think it's okay for white people to direct certain movies, and I told you I don't, because you said Detroit, like obviously Catherine Bigelow directed that, she did a great job with it. Right. I can't see another person directing Black Klansman.
Right, Catherine or
how about The Hate You Give? That should not be directed by a white person's perspective.
I was thinking what I was saying.
I'm okay with getting a white person's perspective on The Hate You Give, but I think George Tillman was right to direct that, and I'm okay with getting.
Oh, sure, certain movies fit.
And I'm okay with getting a white person's perspective because I would like to see a white person's perspective on that. But a movie that deals with a white cop shooting a black kid, I think should be directed by
a black man.
I am also okay with, but here's the thing: I'm actually okay with giving both perspectives. Get a perspective of a white person.
Sure. Yeah. That's
kind of like didn't Clint Eastwood do two perspectives for Letters to Iwo Jima and
oh yeah, there was two cuts of that, right? I never saw that movie.
He did the perspective of, I believe,
the Japanese, right?
And then American.
Yeah, and then American.
So,
okay. Yeah.
I like both perspectives. I wouldn't mind that. But I think George Tillman opened my eyes to The Hate You Give in particular in ways that I had never. I just got such a new perspective on things watching The Hate You Give. That movie was
very powerful. Right?
Yeah, that was.
Maybe it opened your eyes because you, as a white man in America, may not realize when you get pulled over, you should put your hands up on the dashboard or don't move around. Don't that kid, he got shot because he was grabbing his comb or brush. You know,
yeah, his comb. Yeah,
you might not think of some people don't think of that, and some people in certain areas have to.
And I love that and I know we're not talking about The Hate You Give, but I love.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
I love the conversation between Common and his daughter or his niece in that scene because she's like, she asks him if it were a white person. She basically starts like, if it were you, what would you have done? And he said, I would have shot. Like I think he says I would have, and he pulled out a black object. I would have probably shot him. I believe he says. And she asks, now what if he was a white person? And he says, I probably wouldn't have shot him. And she's like, now think of what you just said. And I was blown away by that scene, man. And I'm so glad that he directed that scene and gave us that
moment,
both perspectives.
Yeah, right.
Where we actually do hear what he would have done if it.
Because he was a cop, he played a cop. Right. Yeah, right, for sure.
Exactly. I like Common. Common's underrated actor.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
great rapper, great actor.
Yeah.
He's like very for the people. He's very humble.
Music.
Yeah.
Common's a good dude. We got 34 comments.
He's from Chicago too. Oh wow,
Common. Okay. I'm trying to. Okay, Black Klansman. Okay, Forrest Whitaker was amazing in Detroit. I can't even remember Forrest Whitaker. He's not in Detroit.
He was in Detroit, Joe. But when earlier I saw you said Idi Amin, he played.
No, not all black people look alike, right, Mizzy?
Huh? Say it again, because you kind of broke up. Was it?
You said that to you. I told Joe. I said not all black people.
Oh, and all black people look the same.
Yeah, exactly. Forrest Whitaker. Who's he thinking of? Who is the guy that was in Star Trek in Detroit though? Who's the one in Star Trek? He's in Star Trek, right? The one guy. Help me out here.
Star Trek?
Yeah, he's in Star Trek, I believe, or Star Wars. Maybe he's in Star Wars. Is it?
That's one because that's a big. Wait, who did he play in Detroit?
Yeah, he's the cop.
Walter.
Mizzy, help me out.
Oh, John Boyega. Yeah.
I really like. He's good.
Yeah, and Attack the Block. Like, yeah.
He's a good actor.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm sorry, Joe. I called Joe. Joe's gonna text me later and be like, "Dude, really?" It was a joke, and Mizzy is okay with it. Black Klansman was amazing. Agreed, Joe. This movie is special to me. KB says. I'm assuming Black Klansman. Delon movies, yes. Red Confessions of Edie. See, I don't know who this is.
I saw it. Dell explained it. The Last King of Scotland was Forrest Whitaker. That's the character. He was a dictator. He played the one he won an Oscar for.
Okay.
I don't know if you saw that movie. But.
Black Klansman is excellent. Dell said, "I know," because I think Dell's favorite director is Spike Lee. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I would say you must be.
Laren said, "Saw this in theaters. Great movie." Bob, check your Insta DMs later. Just sent my final output of my recommendations. Draculina, okay. Draculina says, "I haven't seen this movie in a bit, but I remember really liking it." Black Klansman. And Spooky Nerd Club says the contrast of Dutch being on this list is crazy.
I know.
You got Juice and Soul Food,
and Dutch,
and Men and Color Out of Space, and then Dutch. JDW is great in this movie, but Adam Driver is on fire.
Yeah, Adam Driver is very underrated.
He's a great actor. I mean,
yeah.
I like Adam Driver. Tiana says, "I love Adam Driver." Who doesn't like Adam Driver? Harry.
Yes, that scene
is very powerful.
So he's talking about the scene as an old man telling about how they basically killed a black kid, and at the same time he's doing the inauguration of the KKK, Toll for Grace. He's telling. Did anybody say they cut off the fingertips and they cut off his testicles and they put him in they burned him basically?
I don't know what scene. I'm not.
No,
I can't wait.
That was like towards the third act. It was an older so it shows the Black Panthers and this.
Who is Harry Belafonte? Is he an actor?
Yeah, he's a famous actor from back in the day. Harry Belafonte. I think he was a singer too. It's like my mom's generation.
Is this at the table?
No, he's in like a big chair, and it's a full room of Black Klansmen. I mean, I'm sorry.
Oh, I know which, and they're going back and forth.
They're going back and forth between the KKK and
I know that.
Old man is a hero.
Yeah, because they're going back. Yeah, because the KKK is going on, and then that scene. Yeah,
right.
It is a very powerful scene, and I love the way that. I actually love the way it's shot, going back and forth.
Right, and he's telling like it must be a true story how they killed a black kid for probably looking at a white woman or something like. And they fucking burned him alive. Yeah.
And we talked about this earlier, how I even asked you earlier, I said, Mizzy, how can, like KKK, for example, and there's racists out there, right? Like,
sure.
And we've all had our issues, okay? And we've all had stereotypes, and we've all had, moments or whatever, where you get, or, whatever it might be. But I asked you earlier, I said, how could, like the KKK, for example, like, how could somebody be that racist? You have that.
They hate more than just white. They hate also
Jews, someone you don't even know that you've never even met. Like it doesn't add up to me. Jane Doletti says Tiana. Draculina says hello Tiana. Still need to watch Black Klansman. I have the Blu-ray. Gizmo says I get why Spike Lee put those clips in, but I actually agree with Bob. It was heavy-handed. Dell said.
Okay. Yeah.
I've never seen Dell agree with him. I'm blown away right now. I'm gonna
screenshot
this. Screenshot this and put it on the wall in my room. This actually made my day. 2024 is now complete for me.
It's now complete. You can move on.
Spike Lee movie. I'm serious. Like, right now, I'm riding a high that I'm not coming down. Evening, everyone. I let that go to my head, Del. Helen says, "Movie Hunter." What's up, Movie Hunter? Tiana says, "Room 2."
Yeah, maybe later.
Also, timing Spike's reaction to what was happening, especially in North Carolina, I believe. The real Ron loved the modern day tie-in. The hoods are off. Is the message? The hoods are off is the message.
Mm-hmm.
And Charlottesville.
Okay.
I hated the way Spike Lee told his stories as a kid, but I've grown to like it more and more. He is more art house than generic. Do the Right Thing is my favorite so far, Gizmo says. I think Black Klansman's my favorite, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. And don't sleep on Miracle at St. Anna. I haven't seen it since theaters.
It's been so long since I've seen it, yeah.
Spike Lee's definitely more art house than generic. Spike is definitely a film school kid. NYU Phil's school raised him, KB says.
Yeah.
Letters from Iwo Jima was way better than Flags of Our Fathers. I do like the two movies. One for each side is cool, though, Movie Warehouse says. Thank you, Nicholas. Yes, and I think he was the first director who brought me to the hood. Is that okay to say? I was living in Eskimo country, and we did not have any black culture, but I just loved to experience it.
Okay. Good. I'm good.
KB says, of course it's okay to say, geez, you're not alone. Gizmo says Pam Grier was the next, and I do have to say I liked that more when I was a kid. Sorry, haha. Del says totally agree about Letters to Iwo Jima and Flags of Our Fathers. Howlin' Notes is laughing. John Boyega is in Star Wars. Sorry, I knew it was a Star movie.
Yeah.
Boyega. Forrest is in Rogue
Forrest wasn't Rogue One.
Went from Detroit to Star Wars to Star Trek. Have you ever seen City of Lies with Johnny Depp? No, I haven't. Oh, happy. That's a good movie. I know. Who Shot Biggie?
Oh yeah, I haven't watched that.
No love from Pam Grier. Come on, Bob, give Grier love. Well, there was no Pam Grier movies on here. I don't believe.
No,
I didn't think so.
She was big in the 70s and stuff.
I feel like that was that ending shot was almost like a shot. It felt like a shot
or something
to Pam Grier. Like
it could have been, because she did a lot of black.
Black. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It felt like that.
I didn't think of that.
The floating away scene. Gary
Yeah.
Belafonte is an excellent actor. Don't think I've ever seen anything with him I don't like. Del says, glad to make your day. Dracula Order says, we're all about to be let down when the first puck is not Pootie Tang.
I'm sorry, it's not Pootie Tang.
I don't know what Pootie Tang is.
That's like a Chris Rock movie. It's like a stupid comedy.
This will not be Pootie Tang. We're Barbie. Close the stream, Gizmo. Tom Cruise says Pam Grier has the big old titty.
She does. There's Tom Cruise. That's right.
Alan says, Mr. Cruz, that is correct. I just knew you were going to read the message fast. Always stop when you see her name, and I say, I salute you, my queen.
Well, I am very surprised. Number one.
Are you?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead if you want to say something.
Okay. Do you want to dive into number one, or do you want to say about Black Klansman? It was the last one I watched.
Yeah, and you said you were watching one today, and I wasn't sure which one. I wasn't thinking it was one of those.
It was number one, and if I'm being honest, number one is every bit of a fucking masterpiece. It is masterwork. You're number one. It is the best movie recommendation I've seen. Oh, I'm dead. It's 5 stars easy. One is a masterpiece, and I will argue that with anyone. And it is the best movie recommendation.
It's Tony like that. You gave that 3.5. I know. Okay.
You thought I wasn't gonna. Okay.
Well, I thought you hated it.
No, yeah. I love.
I'm happy I got a 5 star.
It has left an impact on me every day since I watched it 3 months ago.
Wow.
It has not left. Not a day goes by that I don't think about this movie. And I rewatched it today.
Oh, this is the one you rewatched. You were lying about Black.
And it only got better. And I have 3 pages of notes. And then I have all of this as well. So yeah, we're going to talk about this one for an hour and a half.
Okay.
It was the second movie I watched. Mm-hmm. This was the one. So here's how Mizzy's list went. He said, let's take off Judas and the Black Messiah because I got too many black cinema movies on your list. And he decides to add Blind Spotting, number one. So you took Judas and the Black Messiah off because there was too many black cinema movies.
I thought it was, I don't want to be, you like depressed or shit, but it's a little, we need to mix it up a little.
Blind Spotting. But now that you see how much I like Detroit, Black Klansman, and Blind Spotting.
Yeah, I'm surprised it's your top 3.
You would probably recommend a 12 Years a Slave or something.
Yeah.
Future.
And I was thinking about something.
First you were like, I gave you too many black cinema movies. You're gonna it's too much and all this stuff. And now you're like, oh, number 3, 2, and 1. And actually,
they might go on the next list.
Number 1 through 6 outside of Dutch are all black cinema. Mm-hmm. The white movies, if you want to call it that, sucked. Like Men in Color Out of Space. So maybe stick to your wheelhouse of black cinema. Because you need to work on this list. Because at least outside of Dutch, everything else outside of Frailty as well. But yeah. So Blind Spotting, man. Best movie recommendation I've had so far. It is 5 stars. Dude, this movie was so good. I am not joking. Oh my gosh, there's so much to break down in this movie. So much. Blind Spotting is awesome. Blind Spotting is a masterpiece, Joe says. Great, underrated, and underseen. Yes. Nice. Yes, Blind Spotting is awesome. And this movie didn't get nominated for Best Picture. It is a crime. It is ridiculous, and it should have been nominated for Best Picture. And did you know that the two lead actors, David Diggs and Cassell, Raphael Cassell, they wrote the script.
Yeah, I know David. Okay, so I knew David did, and I know he had a big part of it.
Over the course of 10 years.
Oh wow, I did not know that.
Yes,
Okay.
over the course
So are
of
they
10
really
years.
friends? I guess that's. They-
I'm not overly sure. I think they are. Great list, Mizzy.
oh, thank you.
Nikki says. But
But they've both been more right in that for
Nikki,
yeah.
this one's for you.
Oh, now you're just kissing ass.
Hey, you leave her.
Poor Jane Doe Juggalo. She says great list, Mizzy.
Oh,
I feel bad for her. I'm gonna get a DM later like that one. Nice.
right.
Jeff's gonna mess
From Jeff, he's gonna DM you like talking shit about
Yeah.
my mom. Yeah.
Sorry, Jeff. Sorry, I'm so sorry. But yes. And did you ever watch the poem that they did together?
No.
Oh, powerful stuff. I'll show you it
I'll have to
backstage.
watch it after. Yeah.
Okay.
I know he does a lot of
Backstage
poetry because he did like
after.
Hamilton. I know he is like.
Okay. Let me be clear. I don't know if I texted you this. Out of every single movie on this list, David Diggs is my favorite. I love that man to death. Okay. David Diggs was excellent.
You probably
in
never
this
knew
movie.
of him before, right? You never seen
No,
him.
I had no clue who this guy was. I loved David Diggs. Okay. I've got so much to talk about in this movie.
Okay. I'll let you take him.
So much.
Okay.
Extremely powerful. Speaking of, Disconnected gave this 5 stars as well. Ryan from Disconnected.
Oh, did it?
He wrote
Okay.
that the movie it left an impact on him. The difference between you and me, I wrote this. I got a lot of quotes.
Well, it's okay.
The difference between you and me is I ain't no killer, as he says that he's looking directly into the camera but staring at the cop. But it's almost like he's talking to us. Like
To
he
us,
says the difference between you and I is I ain't no killer at the end. Cop says this quote. The cop says to him after he leaves the room, he says to Miles' character, I didn't mean to. And Miles says, and these 3 words, are some of the most powerful words that will always stick with me is, are you sure? He asks him, I didn't mean to. And he says, are you sure? And we see so many white cops killing black kids and stuff like that. And obviously there's black people killing black people as well. The media only shows the white cops killing for the most part. But those words of "Are you sure?" really rang like powerful. I found that to be just piercing quote right there.
Yeah, there's a lot of.
Like, he says, "I didn't mean to." Are you sure? The friend waving a gun in the air, shooting it. We're gonna get into that. His best friend was trouble. I wrote.
Oh yeah.
Let me go to this here.
He's on, 3 days left of probation or whatever. Yeah.
He was rapping from the very beginning. I know I read some people felt like that ending with the rapping scene is corny or not real or takes away from the emotion. But if that's Colin's way of conveying emotion or how he communicates it, who are we to say it's corny? How often do we make jokes or make light of or even make fun of ourselves to ease a heavy or emotional conversation? Like Johnny will often do it, right? It's like you deflect right away.
Yeah, right.
It's your way of, I guess, handling that situation. So he raps, and who are we to say, oh, that's stupid or it's corny or it's not realistic? Like, who are we to say that? I wrote a list right here of all the moments that Miles is causing trouble throughout the entire movie.
Oh, okay.
Over the course of
There's a big one with this kid. Jesus.
Guns in the car in the very beginning.
Yeah.
He's honking the horn at the guy in the car.
He's not on the move.
Yeah, exactly. And then there's a scene later on where his ex-girlfriend says, we got a phone call about a black guy with dreads honking and screaming at some white guy, and he's like, "No,
it wasn't me. Yeah, I was driving, but
for once, it wasn't the black guy with dreads."
Right. Yeah.
He says. He starts shit with the guy locking his car horn. Do you remember when they're sitting on the sailboat and he beeps his car 3 or 4 times?
Oh yeah.
And he's like, "You don't have to. We know you got a horn on your car or whatever." He brings the gun in the home with the young kid and wants.
Oh my god!
And then he wants to blame Colin.
Yeah, he's like, you don't take that. You don't take that L for me, like.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
that's why I wanted to talk about how he was like, "No, I'm not going to. I went to jail already." Basically, like I'm the only one that went to jail.
That he did.
He pushed him into that fight.
Oh yeah,
and that's why I'm talking about Detroit. And I was saying, like, I get the whole like snitches get stitches, but no, I'm not going to take an L for you when it comes down to me going to prison or going to jail or losing my life or anything. Like, I'm not taking that L. I don't give a shit with the snitches get stitches bullshit. I get that, but this isn't this isn't like, something small. This is real life. This is going to prison. Like, don't snitches get stitches. Don't, you don't rat your friends out. I get that. But he asks him, like, no, it's not my gun. It's not. And you notice how the wife looks at him and asks him first, why would you bring a gun into this house?
Yeah.
Like, of course, she just assumed. The fight at the party.
Yeah. Oh my God, his punches.
Yeah, that's another. Yep. White boys can fight. I'll just say that. And then he shoots a gun in the air.
Yeah, he's a white boy.
And then he calls him a white boy too. The black guy.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Party. He's
just
a white boy. Shoots a gun in the air 4 times at the party. Those are all moments across the 3 days where he could get him into trouble and have his probation
revoked or whatever you want. Yeah, sent right back to jail.
How about the beauty shop scene though? Like, this movie mixes comedy so well with
curling irons or whatever.
Yeah, when she's like, fuck around, she's like, fuck Alfred Hitchcock. She's like, and she says, and
you know what that is? That's Gina from the show Martin. You need to check
I didn't know. And she goes, and Shamal Knight, she says, and Shamal Knight. And she's like, those motherfuckers could kiss my ass.
See, I'm glad you like it because you told me you don't really like comedy.
I don't like comedy mixed in with my emotion, but when you do it as well as these guys did it, and how well it's done and how well it's mixed, it's perfect.
Wow.
It's so good. How about, I got a question for you. When you see the image, what do you see first? So that whole vase, did you see a vase or do you see 2 faces?
I saw 2 faces. But
you saw 2 faces. Yeah. I saw a vase first.
Okay.
I saw a vase, and as soon as I flip the switch, I see 2 faces.
Yeah. It's one of those things that, you can blink, move, and look again. And
I put on a rewatch. I saw the vase first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so got a phone call, complaint about a black guy with dread screaming and honking the horn, but it wasn't even him. Take some responsibility, she says, for what's going on around you. Maybe for once it wasn't the black guy with dreads, he says.
Yeah, and that's true. It wasn't. Yeah.
All right, let's see what else we got. That long ass red light trying to get. Okay, so we talked.
That in the beginning.
Not running a red light. There's just no turn red. I was like, I'm not sitting here at the damn light, Dad.
I would have probably just gone through. There was no one there.
So, and then he said, trying to get home before curfew.
You got to be home by 11.
It's not changing, man. It's like, man, and you're trying not to get in trouble. You are now. How about this quote? You are now a convicted felon, or until proven otherwise. Prove otherwise at all times. He says that his the guy
that runs the house, the halfway house or whatever. Yeah, because he told me he had to do his chores. He didn't do your chores or something. Yeah.
Okay, I got a question for you. I literally have my question written like right somewhere. Yeah, there's a question. Okay. The rap scene by Miles in the courtroom, and you have all the black men as the jury. What did that scene mean to you? And then later on, you see the shot of all the black men in the graveyard. I didn't. I didn't. I wanted to ask you. Like, I wrote, what did that scene mean to you, or what did you get from it?
The graveyard, were those all dead? Because then they showed one with a guy had blood all over his shirt.
Was shot.
Was shot. So I'm assuming those are all people that have died, or but I was a little confused with.
I was thinking it's like all the souls of black men who he has on his mind, like, who are almost in a way counting on him to stand up
for justice and
do what's right. Yeah,
those are like innocent people, guys that got killed or something. Like,
he can't go to the police because if he does, he was out past curfew.
Right.
So he goes. He breaks his probation.
Yeah,
he his probation if he goes to the police because he was out past curfew.
Oh, right, 100%. Yeah, because it was
So no run-ins with the police. How about the scene with the kid holding the gun?
Yeah, bro, that was just like, whoa. What I was like,
and then,
that was
he puts it. I guess we're really talking spoilers. I didn't realize. I'll put spoilers on. At least we didn't dive into the end yet, but yeah, I've been going over spoilers. I kind of forgot because I just got really carried away. I think most people have seen it, but I do apologize if you haven't seen this. Definitely diving into spoilers the rest of it all the way through, so I apologize. Let me catch up with the chat too. We got Smirk in the chat, but let me go up to the top and then keep going on. Okay. Here we go. Blind spotting is just mid. There, I can't be like everyone. You're mid, Johnny.
Yeah.
You're no, not. No, that's okay. No, he's mid.
Okay.
Get out of here.
Yeah,
Mid.
I love you,
What is
Johnny. It's all
Gen
good.
Z over here? Mid.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
That's true.
Johnny's
I'm sorry, Johnny. He's right about that.
Yeah. I feel like Johnny's acting like an 18-year-old right now. How about gentrification? And then I also wrote another thing was fitting in and hipsters. And how about how many times you hear the word brah, 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 brah?
Bro, yeah, that's true.
Like with the white guys. Like
Yeah.
calling
Oh, yeah.
I wrote the white boy can fight. Okay, the quite possibly my favorite scene in the movie and the most powerful scene is when he says, "You are the N-word that they are out here looking for." That scene blew me away because it's his friend who the cops they come, right, and they're going to arrest the black guy with the braids, right? But it's his fucking friend, man, who is the one who the cops should be out here looking for.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Like, when he says that, it blew me away because it's like his friend is the one with the grills and
I didn't think that too. Yeah.
like it's his friend who the cops are out here looking for.
Yeah.
And that's why he says in that whole scene, like, why is it okay for you to call me that? Why is it okay for me to call you that, but it's not okay for you to call me that?
You can't call me that.
Like,
call me.
He says it's so disrespectful. And then later on, his wife calls him the N-word, and he's like, "Can you stop calling me that?" And she like looks at him like, "What?" And then she says, "Okay, I
that was great too.
Yeah, at the dinner table.
That scene,
Well, as she's banding and shit.
Because he got a foot. Yeah, that was a good scene.
How about the scene where the cops turn around and shine their light on him, and he's got the gun in his back,
Bro, I was sweating. I was like, "Oh my god!"
And it's like 1 day left, or it
was pretty cool. Yeah,
1 couple hours left of his probation.
Bro.
Couple hours left,
and then I guess I got another call or something. And he just went on.
Everything, even having that gun was his buddy's fault.
Yeah, I mean, technically, if he did get caught, like, of course he's gonna get arrested for it and all that shit.
His girlfriend says to him, "You got to get rid of Miles." And he's like, "He's my best friend. He's always had my back." And she's like, "It's the same guy that."
Oh, his ex-girl at the office. Yeah.
Pushed you into a fight. She's gorgeous, by the way.
I know.
But yeah,
that bar scene
on and shines light. And one thing, and I asked you if it was okay if I brought it up, sort of, but we briefly touched on this. But do you have that fear when you see a cop?
No, because I know I'm not carrying a gun or anything like that. So if I do get stopped or frisked or whatever, they're not gonna find me.
How about if we got pulled over? If we got pulled over in a car, do you have and by a cop, right? And it's a white cop that pulls up. Now we didn't do anything wrong, right?
You don't have a gun in your department that I know of.
Yeah. Are you nervous? Like, I'm probably sitting there. Are you putting up? Are you doing any of that or no?
Yeah, I would do that, but I'm not nervous as far as like. I mean, I know I don't have any warrants for my arrest or anything like that. I don't have any guns on me, no weapons or drugs. So
you sure about that? You told me about that warrant you have up for your arrest.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to keep it quiet. I'm sorry.
Let's I hit an old lady with a car or something.
No. Jeff is laughing. I think Jeff's laughing at the kissing ass comment.
Oh, okay, yeah, with his mom, man.
Hey, good evening, everyone. She's laughing. It's okay. Johnny laughing. Here we go. Blind Spotting is one of at least 5 movies about race from the same year. The shitty ass movie about race won Best Picture.
Oh, he hates the Green Book.
Yeah, he didn't like Green Book. I haven't seen Green Book. I'll take Blind Spotting over Green Book all day ever.
Oh, I would too. But I
haven't seen Green Book. Yeah. But I think a lot of people see Green Book, I've heard, as a white savior movie.
I've heard that too. Oh, I definitely have heard that.
Hey, Smirk. Hey, KB, I'm going home. Blind Spotting is what I want to do to Tisha Campbell.
Yeah, she was the hairdresser. That's Tisha Campbell.
Oh, okay. All right. Hey, what's up, Holland? Smirk. We got Smirk saying, "Sup, Dell? What movie are we talking about, Dell? We are talking about Blind Spotting." Yep. I never heard of it, Johnny. I'm going to have to check it out. Yeah, and we're definitely diving in spoilers. I'll take my mid-ass home now. Sorry, Smirk. I was late on the answer. Okay. So let's see what else I wrote down. I told you, man, I got loads of notes.
Jesus, yeah.
Were you afraid when you came out here and seen Sean holding a gun? That scene where she asks him if she was afraid, and then he says yes, and she says, do you think if you had had a conversation with me before you brought a gun into the house, I might have had an opinion on the matter? Like I might have told you not to bring a gun into the house, or she says, I might have told you, I might have been able to tell you I saw this scenario coming. Like why we could, if you brought a gun into the house, this could happen.
This could happen, yeah.
He literally holds the gun right up to his face.
Yeah, that was like
first time I watched it, I didn't know what was going to happen.
I didn't either. No, 100%. It just came out. That shit happens, bro. That's just...
This scene hits me so hard, man. This is the most powerful quote, one of the most powerful quotes to me, and I don't care what anybody else says. It's one of the most powerful quotes to me in any movie ever made. It really hits hard for me, even though it's a different scenario for him. I think it rings so true. He's talking to her on the phone. This is my favorite part in the movie, actually.
When they showed the both side.
Yes, and he's talking to her, and he says, "Did you come up with anything for the vase?" And she says, "Blind spotting." And he says, "Why blind spotting?" She says, "Why?" And he, at the end of the conversation, and it just pierces, man. It is so powerful. He says, "Valerie, when you look at me now, do you always see the fight first?" And she doesn't say anything for like 10 seconds, and he says, "Good night, Valerie." And the screen goes to black, and it's just her on the other side. And that scene's so powerful to me because I think it's so true that we look criminals, for one, or people that have done wrong, and I know I have, right? And people look at it, and it's like, you made a mistake.
Sure. Well,
what do you? When you look at me, and there's things I've done, and there's things we've talked about, right? And you know about me, and it's like I could look at you, and maybe it's different for you, but like I could easily say to you, Mizzy, when you look at me, do you see this first? And I think that's unfortunate for, and it's probably more so for Black people because of the stereotype, like, oh, he's a criminal. He did wrong one time. He's got it. That's him. That's who he is. Exactly. Yeah. And like seen earlier in the movie, you're now a convicted felon. Prove otherwise. Or always prove otherwise.
Always prove
otherwise. Always at all times. And she will never be able to look at him differently. She'll always see the fight first. Always see the fight first. And he changed.
Oh, for sure. He definitely did. He was on probation doing this shit, like like how his friend is doing, like I'd be like, he didn't learn his lesson. He didn't, he'll be back in jail in 6 months or whatever. Like,
good stream, y'all. Spooky says, thanks for stopping by and hanging out. Good stream, y'all. Mizzy, you got the juice now. Okay. The shot of all the Black people in the graveyard I wrote down. What did that mean?
It was, I'm assuming, like, I just thought those were dead soul. Yeah, like, maybe that were wrongfully killed or,
I love the scene where he says, oh, man, the rap at the end. How come every time y'all come around, you got me feeling like a monster in my own town? To the cop at the end.
How many times did you like rewind that scene, or like?
I've never personally been arrested or had warrants, but when I deal with cops, my antennas are up. The antennas are up, and had to give the talk about conducting yourself around them, my son, like in the hate you give. Yeah, and that's a tough.
That's a lot of Black people have to.
As a father, to have that conversation.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I can imagine. I'm not a father personally, but yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah,
sure.
See, I love Dell to death, man. That's why I want. Like, I told Dell and KB, I wanted them here.
I appreciate it. I appreciate everyone being here. But
like, genuinely speaking, like I genuinely look up to Dell. Like, Dell's a good guy. I do. Whether Dell and I agree or don't agree, we hear each other out, and I appreciate that Dell's always willing to hear me out, and he respects my opinion, and then he can give his opinion. I really like Dell, man, and Dell also looks like he's younger than me and you.
I know he does. Yeah,
that helps too. Jeff says, "Great place, awesome stream." John does it. We're not done, guys.
I know. It's okay.
I still got 40 pages of notes. Relax, Jeff. The difference between me and you is I ain't no killer, he says to him. Man, powerful stuff. I didn't mean to, and he says, you sure? Okay. Now back to the phone where I got 48 bullet points.
Okay.
Friend waving a gun in the air. His best friend was trouble. They're going to call the cops and come shoot my black ass. That's exactly it. His friend is the one waving around a gun, causing trouble, fighting everyone, and yet the cops would come and they would shoot Colin because he's black and they heard someone around a gun.
Mm-hmm.
You're a big black dude in Oakland with braids. No one is misreading you, Colin. That seems powerful. And he's like, I know. Yeah, I know. And the thing of the difference between the two of them is Colin is trying to break the stereotype. He's trying to get away.
Oh,
from
1,000%.
And
Get away from that. Yeah.
And yet Miles is the one who is actually trying to fit in and
To
get
fit in,
people to accept him.
Right. Accept him. Yeah.
And he wants people to look at him like a big black dude with braids.
Scared of him, like, yeah.
Why is it okay for me to call you it, but you can't call me that? It's so disrespectful. I wrote. I keep you out of dumb shit, and then what do? You go out and a fucking gun for what? For your family? You are the N-word that they are out here looking for. I wrote that scene.
That whole scene when they're arguing on the street. Yeah, that was very powerful.
I watched that clip online, like that and the ending rap scene. Like, dude, we're talking 15 times in the lens. Trying to be someone you're not. I feel like that was Miles. He was trying to fit in, man.
Oh, yeah,
like,
for sure.
And
he probably
and to me,
like I don't.
And to me, speaking about like black and white and stereotypes, Miles is somebody I would look at and go, fucking white trash, man. Like trying to fit in, trying to like, dude, stop. Like you're trash. I would look at somebody like that and judge you. Like I would look at that and just be like, dude, he's trash. Like, guy's trash. I felt like Oakland played a huge part in the movie.
Yeah, the city, for sure.
Almost like a second character. It made me want.
That's a good point for sure.
Trying to be someone you're not. The phone call with his girlfriend, the kid holding the gun, the scene with his friend about how he's the one always getting him in trouble. Yep. The ending scene, of course, unexpectedly funny. Humor worked really well in almost every scene. It had humor, didn't feel forced, but also meshed with the dramatic scenes perfectly, which is unheard of for me to say.
Yeah, I know. Jesus.
When you look at me now, you always see the fight first. I love that. She doesn't answer it. It says goodnight, Valerie. Blind spotting. It's all about how you can look at something and there's another thing there that you aren't seeing. So you have a blind spot. Now, some people say that scene was too heavy-handed. It was almost like too on the nose. I like.
Oh, okay. I thought that they explained what it was like because I googled. I was like, we're blind spotted, and then this is before that.
Blind spot in your mirror. You ever hear when you're driving, you have a blind spot?
Yeah, blind spot. Right. Yeah,
exactly.
I heard that. Yeah.
You can't see what other people can see. Yeah. Take some responsibility for what's happening around you. It wasn't me. I'm just saying that maybe for once it wasn't the black guy with dreads. Ethan Embry conveys such incredible emotion. His face shows how scared he is. As I like this,
he did a good job too.
It's interesting to see how scared he feels, but yet that's probably exactly how black people feel when they get pulled over by him, or how that kid felt when he was shot or running away from the
running away and got shot in the back. Yeah,
I am both pictures, see both pictures. You were like, what are you talking about? When I said I am both pictures, see both pictures. He smashes the damn frames at the end.
Yeah.
How about when the guy from I can't remember, like 88 minutes or 20, whatever the one with Jesse Eisenberg is, that one guy who's the one
at the party? Is he the one at the party?
He's the one doing the story.
Oh, yeah. I know you're talking. Yes. He's telling about how he worked at the bar and how
he's like, it's like Michael B. Jordan on fire and Chris Evans on fire.
Good looking dude.
And I think I actually wrote it, but so check it out. When he calls the white guy in the bar, he says he calls him Jason Biggs at one point. He calls him Topher Grace. He calls him Neil Patrick Harris.
I laughed when
he calls him Chris Evans.
I like like before you told me about you don't like Topher Grace, and I was laughing at that. Yeah.
He calls him all that. And he keeps calling him Topher Grace. What part of the movie impacted you the most?
I mean, that was a good one. Coming, just somebody beat the shit out of that guy. But that has to be with the cop at the end, the whole rap.
Okay.
Scene.
Yep.
And I had to like rewatch because I'm sure I missed some of the lyrics and stuff like that. and then seeing Ethan Embry cry and like, yeah, he was fucking scared,
Yeah.
excuse my language. And
I think we see like we don't see, but in that week or the weekend, we almost see like
right, this only takes
potential of
place
what-
over 3 days or whatever it is. So yeah.
KB says every black father has had to talk with their children. The antennas naturally go up based on how I was raised. If they don't, I'm too comfortable. That's not good. Yeah, the comfortability.
Yeah,
We've talked about that too.
spidey
Like,
senses,
regardless of race or anything, like you get comfortable. Yeah, races goes both ways. Giselle
Sure.
says. Racism. Let's see here. Incredibly tense and honestly unpredictable, I wrote. Miles is so desperate for people to think he's gangster and to feel accepted, while Colin is trying to do the exact opposite.
Yeah. Exactly.
I heard and saw some people say the social commentary was too on the nose, but honestly, the movie didn't feel overly heavy-handed and didn't feel to me like it was shoving a message down my throat. I think the movie invokes a conversation and makes you feel convicted and shows two sides, two friends, both very differently navigating Oakland. Have you ever seen the poem that they performed for the promotion of this movie? In that piece, one of the lines is,
Yeah, I'll have to watch that later.
How perfect does a black boy have to be before we mourn him? That's one of the pieces, and I'll show you the poem in about 20 minutes after we go backstage.
Okay.
Go to articles of this movie in your okay, so here I had a couple. I wanted to read this one to you. Okay, David Diggs was in an interview, and he said, I think in the last scene, the power dynamics are shifted and confused enough that what you end up with are three people in a room, and one of them really needs to be understood or he's going to die. That's what's happening in that scene. And I think I grew up running for the police athletic league. Police officers went door to door to raise money for me to go to college. I know wonderful police officers. Police officers aren't the problem. The way we are policing is the problem, and everybody is affected by that, he says. That's what you Diggs said.
Wow, I didn't know all that. Yeah, that's cool. Okay.
Here we go. And then Raphael Cassell said, and most of the movie is about fear. It's not about hate. It's not about hostility towards the police. It's about fear towards the police. And I think that everyone getting to understand the fear of police is of the utmost and at least utmost importance to me. That constant paranoia of your own death, it seems like it would be a cheap reaction to somebody who didn't actually watch the movie, but just feel like they understood the movie from the trailer to have that. So, yeah, I've had police guys who just it was a bad day. Like, we just got him at the wrong time, and you saw the empathy start to come out. So he talked about he had a former police officer watch the movie and then kind of review it, and himself as a former police officer, but when he watched it, he brought it up to the response, and he talked about how you saw him sit back and go, yeah, I have police guys who just it was a bad day, like we just got him at the wrong time, and you saw the empathy start to come out. And then there was one other thing. Okay, so you remember the scene with the cop turning around and shining his light on him? Raphael Cassell talks about there's a couple things in play there. One, at the point you're pretty in Colin's corner, which is why it happens at that point in the film. We also did a lot of work we have a great sound design team. We describe that moment as, and then Jaws comes around the corner. Like that, it's how it feels. There's a shark in the water and you're hoping it doesn't notice you. And so when he comes around the corner, you see Colin tense up like, oh, please just swim by.
Right. Yeah, that's a good analogy. Yeah.
So that's what so I did a lot.
Yeah, because at that time we're like, oh, please don't get caught with that fucking gun. We feel for you feel from kind of from the beginning, anyways. But yeah, that progresses and.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then the lights turn on, and it's one of my favorite shots, he says, of the movie. We talk about it all the time when you see the police car turning the glass. That's everything I got for that movie. Do you have anything you want? I mean, I talked.
No, but I'm very happy. I'm very shocked, and yeah, this is pretty because I didn't watch this.
People aren't going to agree. I talk about this all the time, and Johnny and I we joke around, right? I love Johnny to death. Like, he knows that. We like to have fun, and sometimes I might be too sensitive or take things too far myself, but it's all opinion based. And when people really truly start, and I mess with people, and I got to be able to take it, and that's why I always tell people, hey, when I give you a list, don't sugarcoat it. And sure, there's movies you love where you're like, damn, Soul Food being number 5 or something like that, but it's all subjective.
That's nostalgic. That's what.
Yeah, and that's nostalgic. But at the end of the day, like, please understand, I'm gonna do more of these lists. It is not. I'm not out to actually shred your list. Stay with me.
No. Yeah.
You're like, you were probably thinking, "Fuck, man, number 10 and 9, like 1 star." He hated my list. But
I knew those were. It was funny because I knew those.
You
but
don't
no,
want-
and I'm very surprised. I was expecting a lot of 2s. And
Yeah, so I really liked your list. Little fun thing I've got to tell everyone who's watching this, who has made me a list. I've got another stream on Marrowbone.
Marrowbone, I saw that. Yeah.
He's still here. Nice.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be doing I don't know if I'm gonna do a stream or just a video for it, but once I do my 10th stream, my 10th live stream of these watch lists, I'm gonna rank my top 10 out of the 100. I'm gonna rank my bottom 10 out of the 100, and then I'm also gonna rank everybody's list 1 through 10 or 10 through 1. So we'll see where you rank up against everybody else.
Well, I expect Blind Spotting to be up there then.
So we'll talk. You'll have to pay attention to that. You were like, I know none of my movies are gonna make the top 10. Well,
bro, I'm surprised I got 4s and a 5. Like, holy crap!
We got 4 4s, 4 4s above
Jesus.
4s. Nicely done. So still haven't broken the mold. So everyone who's
that's fair.
on the list has at least 4 stars.
Mm-hmm.
Every single person, even Tony outside of Marrowbone, Minari, right? So still waiting for my recommendations coming from you, Bobby. Someday. Jane says Bob's gonna put pit us all against each other without
right.
No, it's for fun and
it is.
I want to do that because I think it would be fun to rank them and you know what's funny though is from these lists I've been doing, because I already put together my top 10, because even Ashley's next week that I'm doing, I already know her list stands against the others. And so the funny thing is I'm looking at my top 10 out of the 10 lists I've been given, or 9 so far that I've done, and I'm like, it's funny because there's multiple people that have like 2 in my top 10, and I'm like, they know me. Like Adam, for example.
Oh yeah.
They kind of like you get to know. It's like I could see who kind of knows what I'm into. And the funny thing is,
I'm telling you,
take away Men and Color Out of Space, which you knew I was not going to like, both of them. So you knew it, and you still put them on there. If you take away those 2 and put something else on my list, you might have the best list so far. So you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
American Honey was okay, but like you take away those 2 and put something else, and you probably have the best list I've been given. But I hated Men in Color Out of Space that much.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you'll see it next week. It's very similar. Like, I don't want to spoil it, because if Ashley is watching or watches, she thinks I'm going to hate her list too. So we'll see. But tune in next week, everybody. I'm going to be doing another watch list stream with Ashley, Zombie Girl. Very excited about that. There'll be some good conversations about that one as well. But Bob's gonna okay, we read that, Tony. Okay, so guess my ranking. What did you have? What was your prediction? Sorry.
Okay, so for you, number 10 Men, 9 Color Out of Space. I had 8 Blind Spotting, 7 Frailty, 6 Detroit, 5 Juice, 4 American Honey, 3 Black Klansman, 2 Dutch, and 1 Soul Food.
I thought Soul Food might okay. 2 Black Klansman, okay. Gotcha. 3 Did you say 3 Detroit?
No, 3 Black Klansman, 2 Dutch, 1 Soul Food.
Gotcha.
That's how I thought you were gonna rank.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Let me guess your ranking. Okay. I thought you were gonna go number 10 Men, number 9 Color Out of Space, number 8 American Honey, excuse me, number 7 Juice, number 6 Frailty, 5 Blind Spotting, 4 Dutch, 3 Black Klansman, 2 Detroit, and 1 Soul Food on your list.
You did a few right on that. Well, okay.
I know you, Mizzy. I know you better than you know yourself.
So I had 10 Men, 9 Color Out of Space, 8 Honey, 7 Juice, 6 Frailty, Detroit.
What? Hold on, I was 10 through 6. I was right on. Dang.
Yeah,
told you, I know you better than you know yourself.
Detroit. 4 Dutch, 3 Blind Spotting, 2 Black Klansman, 1 Soul Food.
Dang, I was like only 3 off.
Yeah, you got That's pretty good, man.
I know you, man. I know you. All right.
Crazy.
Nicely
Oh, that's a
done.
good thing or a bad thing?
Great stream, guys. Great show, guys. I'm glad you enjoyed. Thank you. KB, Dell,
Thank you, everyone. Yeah. appreciate it.
Tiana, anybody who's Prince, everybody who's Nikki, Jeff, Johnny, everybody who's watching on the replay. I appreciate you being here. Would I recommend this list? 100%. Absolutely. One of the ones I would highly recommend. Would I buy these? So funny story. I bought Detroit and Blind Spotting
Oh, really?
next day on eBay after I watched.
Really? Oh,
yeah.
wow. Nice.
And I bought Frailty.
Oh, yeah, you did tell me that.
I blind bought that. That was a blind buy. But yeah. And the other ones don't even have a Blu-ray. Would I buy these? Yeah. What would I rate your list? It's a very it's 3.5. I can't give you a 4 because of Men in Color Out of Space being that bad.
Damn.
But outside of that, 3.5, and it's a high 3.5. You're close to a 4, but the 2 1-stars.
I was, yeah. Like if I went back, obviously I would have. I don't know.
Yeah, the 2 1-stars erased the. Otherwise, it's a 4. Otherwise, it's a 4. But
Okay.
I just 2 1-stars. Like I can't do it. I can't give you a 4 on that because of those. So 3.5, which. Outside of Adam, like you're up there with one of the best, like Joe and Allie and stuff like that. So
that's very good.
And that's everything. So that's all. Let's see here. Everybody else, good one, guys. I appreciate you being here, KB. And everybody else, Prince, Tiana, Giselle, Del, KB, Tony, John Doe Juggalo, Caprice, Del, Spooky Nerd Club, Smirk, Johnny. Despite Johnny, some of his comments. Holland Oates was here all night.
Yes.
Yeah, I just appreciate Joe was here. Everybody in the chat. I'm trying to Gizmo, Tom Cruise for a moment there. Everybody that was here, I really appreciate it. I don't think anyone is going to get a 5-star from Bob. Well, you got Blind Spotting was a 5-star.
Does he mean a list overall, or is he so? Yeah, I don't know if he means.
Well, yeah, we got My Killer Podcast saying good night. She was here as well.
Yes, thank you, Mel.
Great.
Thank you, Fish.
Definitely got to check out a few of these. Yeah, for sure, Fish. Nope. What's Johnny watching? Look, there's been 2 5-star reviews though. Blind Spotting and Streets of Fire. And I just rewatched Streets of Fire with my dad, and he's
that's funny. Yeah, you watched both times. Yeah.
No, he fell asleep during Streets of Fire.
Yeah,
my dad. He's like, yeah. Keep in mind, it was after the Mavericks game. Talk about, and then 3 movies.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's what
Movie Warehouse. The whole time. Another one. Movie Warehouse gave me a list. I'll get to it someday, and I appreciate you being in the chats all the time. If we were all Dakota Johnson movies, they would be. Look, I gave that new Dakota Johnson movie, Am I Okay? 2 stars.
Yeah, I heard it's not great. Yeah.
You know what's funny is I texted you at the bar after I watched the Mavericks game, Am I Okay? And you were like, huh? And
I didn't even know. And then I look on HBO Max, it's on there. I'm like, oh.
I meant to text to my buddy, Am I Okay? But I literally texted you, Am I Okay? After the Mavericks game.
Yeah, I'm thinking something else. Like,
it was bad timing. Like Bob's about to have a drink.
Bro, Bob's about to jump off the cliff. I don't know.
Yeah, no, we're good. But that's everything. I do want to say, like I said, next week, I don't even have it scheduled yet, but on Tuesday night, it's not scheduled, but June 18th, a week from today, we're going to be playing some Go Fish, and it'll be a fun one. And I don't want to mention the Celtics pummeling the Mavs, but I will now. Johnny will not.
Johnny, you can.
Johnny was just kicked off the panel for Go Fish. So anyways, Go Fish will be a fun one. Make sure to tune into that. And then Ashley will be on my channel both Tuesday and Wednesday night. She'll be doing the watch list stream with me where I get to berate her movies. And she will not hold back. Let me tell you, Ashley has some sass. And if I rip some of her movies, she will let me.
Good. That'll be fun.
So, I know you will be entertained. So will everybody else watching. Ashley just
it's fun to review a little bit.
Tables have turned.
Exactly. I can't wait until I can do your list and come back and
it'll be a fun one. Yes. So backstage, I already got your 10, and I'll let you have it. And but I think. Okay, no panel for me. Time to home chat then. She's gonna eat you alive. Ashley's a tough cookie. So
I don't know like that. Yeah, she's ruthless, huh?
She's a tough cookie. Yeah, she won't back, man. Like she'll let you hear it. So which I appreciate. I like it. And if I could give it, you have to be able to take it. See, Jane Doe's laughing. And what was I gonna say? But yeah, I think eventually in the next month or so, maybe July or August, I know I'm going to get around to Stacy's watch list. Speaking of Jane Doe Letty, I'm going to get to her in July for a watch list. And I think Adam, you, and Joe will probably be some of the next ones I do where you watch the 10.
It's reversed. Yeah.
Okay. Fish is also coming up on the 20th.
Yes. Yeah.
Fish. Yep. Good old Fish.
Good old Fishy.
Yep. Exactly. Jinx, you owe me soda. I want some Mountain Dew Caribbean Splash. You got to find it now.
Yeah. Maybe he has it up there. Yeah. I never know.
Only 2 cans left, dude, and it's depressing.
Right. I'm going to take one of those when I come up there.
If anybody finds Caribbean Splash ever again, I want it. But I'm going to let you take the floor. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead and talk about your channel and not
what channel?
Good at color. And
I got a channel, damn it.
A movie you're not gonna find it. I know.
No, you're not gonna find it exactly. No, just thanks everyone for tuning in and Instagram Mizzy9384. Just appreciate the love and support. And thank you, Bob. It's been fun. Surprised the hell out of me. So,
yeah, I'm glad, as I usually do. Do you need a fresh shave?
No, not from you. No, I'm thinking. You'll fucking Next will be cutting my head on YouTube Live. Fucking up my hair. I'll be in the hospital. No,
I use a straight blade too. I was we were passing by a beauty supply store yesterday. My dad, I was like, I gotta stop in there. My dad was like,
"Oh,
what the hell do you
get razors? Yeah, get razors." Yeah.
But it's where my blades. It's where
No, I know. Yeah. It doesn't mean you're getting a tampon or something.
My dad's like, what the hell? And he's like, yeah. And then, I was like, I got to shave. You told me I look like Larry from Three Stooges, which I know. That's how it goes after a week. So I always enjoy hanging out.
Like a werewolf. You grow fast.
You and my dad, man, you guys are like buddies.
That's awesome. Yeah. I can't wait to see him again.
It was painful to watch Mizzy get that haircut back then.
Right, Tony? I know. And he left me looking like an idiot the whole weekend.
Shut up. You know what the problem was? I wanted to shave your whole head and you wouldn't let me. And then you ended up doing it. Now,
I had to. What else was the option?
You were like, it looks good. You were like, I like this. I was like, you should let me do it.
I had to. Well, I never had done that before, but
Well, anyways, this was the longest stream. I figured it might be, but it wasn't too bad. But
no, not too bad.
It went well. So Bob carving grooves in Mizzy's head.
Yeah, exactly.
With a straight blade.
I'm not trusting you with that. You like sneeze or something and you cut me.
No, Chris, I shaved his head twice with the straight blade.
He's a braver man than I am.
He was so nervous too.
Oh, I would be.
Yeah,
not just you, anybody.
Especially when you get around the ears.
I can only imagine.
Like, please don't cut off my ear.
Right.
I was like, just don't move. I'm doing behind your ears right now.
Yeah, you can.
Looks fine. And Jane.
Thank you, too. Yeah.
Actually, Jane Doe, Nikki, speaking of, Jeff said the next time I see him, I could shave his head. So I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, nice. I thought you said you shave her head. I was like, oh, Jesus.
Not her head, Jeff's head.
Okay.
So she's going to, next time she sees Jeff, he's not going to have hair.
Nice.
But that's everything, man. Before we start talking, and I just ramble longer and longer. But yeah, the couple more watch list streams, one more game night, which is going to be Go Fish, and it's going to be a crazy stream. So just stick with me. But anyways, that's everything. Mizzy, thanks for hanging out. Everybody else, thanks for hanging out. Yeah, Tony, he was hanging out. Johnny was here. His hot takes and everything. We had, like I said, everybody that was here. The super chats from Cody, Tiana, I appreciate it. It was great. I appreciate everyone. Game night. Game night. Hopefully it's a good time. I don't know. Go Fish. You never know how that's going to go. But Fish is going to be on there if it's Go Fish, right?
Yeah, he has to be. Yeah, come on.
Exactly. He's the first person I asked. Don't worry.
Yeah.
But that's everything. Until next time, we will see everyone next Tuesday and Wednesday. Go pound Mizzy's DMs with telling him to create a channel. Get Mizzy.
Oh, Jesus.
Get jiggy with it. So I might see you guys Tuesday night. Yeah, if he stops with the Dakota Johnson.
Yeah.
All right. This was fun, Mizzy. Always good times. Have a good one.
Yeah.
We'll see everyone next time.
All right. Later, guys.
Mizzy, you look beautiful.